at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com now and use promo code THRIVE to save $50 on your full body intelligence test. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE to save $50.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida. Man, these guys are awesome at one thing and one thing only, and that is taking your old, tired bathroom out and replacing that with a beautiful bathroom that you have input on. That's right. Their catalog of products is simply amazing. Multiple choices of tubs and sinks and tiles and lighting. It's all right there. No design can't be handled. And even better, right now, 10% off your bathroom remodeling deal. That's right, 10% off. And guys, just so you know, the big box stores use Rebath to install their bathroom jobs because of their great reputation. In business for over 17 years, if you really want to see what they're all about, visit their showroom, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. That's not what you're buying. That's just to show you what's possible with their catalog of products and great design ideas. Orlando's only top-to-bottom complete Rebath remodeling company, and they do it right the first time. So take a minute, go to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment for your brand new bathroom at Rebath.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works at Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Looking for a new adventure? Then head to your local McDonald's for the new Epic Universe Mix, a mix of frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and frozen Sprite Lemonade. Purchase a large Epic Universe Mix and you could win tickets to the new Universal Epic Universe theme park at Universal Orlando Resort. Drink in the wonders of an awesome new chill for a limited time at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, no purchase necessary. Visit promotion.coke.com/Epic Universe giveaway for official rules. Fanta and Sprite Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Oh, let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the final days of the summer sales event at Greenway Kia. Every new Kia is discounted thousands off MSRP, and 0% financing is available. With 3 locations and one of the area's largest inventories, we deliver the selection and savings other dealers can't match. Our friendly, non-commissioned sales team is here to guide you, never pressure you. Stop by one of our 3 area locations or visit greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock number TG007443. Negative equity refinanced, expires 10/7/25.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The Just Call Mo Comedy Jam is back. The 4th annual showcase hits the Orlando Funny Bone Thursday, October 2nd, and tickets are only $20, and it all benefits a great cause, the Yellow Brick Road Foundation. Grab your tickets now at mocomedyjam.com before they sell out. That's mocomedyjam.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Shawn Wson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, September 11th, 2021. Lots to get to today, from the Charlie Kirk shooter manhunt to 9/11. 24 years later, one big new question. And never forget, it's C-Lane's birthday! Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday? That was the perfect mixture of like...
What a strange day. What I'd like to focus on is Christopher Lane's birthday. Thank you.
Well, we got a lot of stuff to go over today. And, of course, yes, it is C. Lane's birthday. So do hit him with your messages, your dispatches, all of that good stuff. He's 39 years old today. 39 years old. Got a fresh haircut.
I did.
Looks great.
Went to Hammer Nails after the show yesterday.
I told him. He goes, I got a haircut after the show yesterday. I go, you go to Hammer and Nails? And he's like, you know I
Damn
did.
right.
I have to. Can't get, like, somebody will, like, spy shot C-Lane at a different haircut place.
Oh, it's like when Britney Spears was drinking the wrong soda. You remember she was in all the Pepsi commercials? They're like, shocking photos of Britney Spears drinking Coca-Cola.
Right.
Can't do that.
And it wasn't a hammer and nails where she shaved off her own head.
No.
They would do it for her there.
They do. That's one of the things they offer.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of options.
Guy next to me was getting one.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was there any reason for it? Because whenever somebody goes for the head shave,
No, he was already bald, but this wasn't. It wasn't like a big switch.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a friend of the show, Steezy, he had these very long dreads, and then when he cut his hair off that one day, I was like, should I reach out? Like, whenever anybody cuts off all their hair, I'm like,
Remember he posted the long video where he like sped it up because he was pacing around the room like, am I doing this? Am I doing this? I'm doing this.
That's a big decision.
And he kept them.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. Obviously, a lot of news today about the manhunt. I cannot believe they haven't arrested this person yet.
Right.
So crazy to me to think.
They arrested 2 other people.
Yeah, we can get into that, too. But it's crazy to me to think that somebody climbed up on a rooftop, pulled out a gun, and shot somebody at an event with 3,000 people that was being broadcast all over the place, and then just, disappeared into the next neighborhood. So we'll get into all the updates from that. We'll have some fun along the way. We got some announcements to get to. It's a busy Thursday, so here goes nothing. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. This was, without a shadow of a doubt, I think, the dumbest thing I heard on any of the coverage after Charlie Kirk was shot at this campus event yesterday. And there were many dumb things, but this one certainly took the cake. Here's MSNBC.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
That was on MSNBC.
Sorry, what?
After the dude got popped in the jugular and sniped at a live debate event. And the MSNBC, we don't know. It could have been a supporter.
Are you kidding me?
Celebratory shots fire off sometimes.
What's so weird is that as soon as we had broke the news yesterday, and at that point we didn't even know exactly where he had been shot. We just had that far away video.
Yeah.
As soon as you heard it, I'm like, that is from far away.
Yeah. You could hear that kind of echo crack noise that pops out. And And I'll be honest with you. We were chatting a little bit after the show yesterday. As soon as I saw that very unfortunate close-up video, even when I saw people kind of mega coping with, no, he's getting.
Including Turning Point.
Everybody was. They were saying like he's at the hospital actually, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I hate to be a downer here, but what I saw was a video that was it made it very clear that this person was not going to survive the hour. To me, all right. I just think that's just the truth of the matter. But this guy who said this on MSNBC, obviously one of the dumbest things I've heard in a while. Matthew Dowd is his name. He has been fired from MSNBC.
Oh, really? He lost his job over this?
Yes.
But was it for that comment? Because I saw something else that it was something else he had said.
It was more than that, because the segment that he had with Katie Tour, the anchor on MSNBC, he also said Charlie Kirk has been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who's constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to, he said, hateful thoughts lead to hateful words that then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in. You can't stop with these sorts of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place. He's apologized and had been fired by MSNBC as a result of it. This is going to be a story that only kind of gets crazier and worse as everything unfolds. And there's a lot of elements to talk about this, a lot of things I do want to talk about on the show today. One thing I want to address before we take some twists and turns in different directions here is the amount of people who I saw, not an insignificant amount, I would say like 5 to 10% of people who were upset about people who might have been shook by this in some way. People who were upset that somebody might have posted like, hey, it's bad that people are killing people they disagree with. People who might have said like, damn, this does suck that a father of kids and, a husband was killed by some absolute maniac, super political person. And that's bad. You know what I mean? And the amount of people who I saw upset about very obvious, decent posts like that was kind of jarring to me, even though I do think it's like still a small percentage of people. And I have to say to those folks, I know usually I'm yelling or, maybe even you might think I'm talking down to you. I'm not even talking down to you. I'm just saying to you in all earnesty and honesty, this might be a time for you to take a little break, to walk away from the political stuff a little bit, to try to see if you can understand what maybe this has turned you into. Maybe you can, for a second, realize that there are people on planet Earth that disagree with you, okay? And those people, well, at least in my estimation, don't deserve to be shot in cold blood in front of 3,000 college students on a campus, all right? And anybody who dare watch something like that and get affected by it in any way, if you're just going after them with, oh, here's the quotes, here's what he said about gun control, here's what he said about this, or here's what he said about that. I just want you to think about that. Like, think about what kind of person you've either become or you are in the process of becoming. Because that, to me, if you're one of these people who considers yourself empathetic, like a decent human being, a moral human being, it's just kind of gross. And I'm not really triggered by it. I don't care if people dunk on somebody who was political after they die, but it's the folks who are like, anybody in my timeline who might be saying something nice about this person right now, I'm unfriending you or I'm getting rid. Like, you've really gone almost past the point of no return. And it's time sometimes to get out, to disconnect from that. Maybe a couple of days away might do you right. It really might. I don't know. I feel a little lost sometimes when I see how deep down these rabbit holes people have gotten. And it makes me, honest to God, for one of the first times maybe in my life on this show, a little emotional to see how broken some people are, where a person you've never met, a guy who has kids who just because you disagree on like political issues, you want to dance on his grave or separate yourself from somebody who might feel bad for him. I saw people who were more upset about the Phillies Karen who took a home run ball from a little kid than they were about somebody who assassinated a person who was trying to have a debate with people. That's weird. That's just, it is. It's weird. And it's a bad sign for our country that even 5 to 10% of people are like that. And I get it. If you're one of these people that follows politics and you take it very seriously and you wear it as sort of like an aesthetic, and you say, well, the Republicans never apologize and they would celebrate if Hillary Clinton was shot. And you know what? You're right. A portion of them, maybe even the same size, would do that. But in what world is it right to be that person yourself? In what world is that healthy or normal? I found that to be, I don't like it. And I think it's bad for the country. And I think a lot of this stuff is, but we'll cover many of the twists and turns. What's going on with the manhunt for Charlie Kirk's shooter? There's some really crazy new updates on that and a whole bunch more throughout the show today. We'll also, hopefully, add some levity with the fact that it's Christopher Dolores Lane's birthday here on the show. And we would be remiss not to celebrate that here at some point in time.
Sabrina brought me presents.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, is this the one that was almost deemed illegal and out of bounds by AI? Is that
Correct.
what we're...
Wait, what happened?
You don't remember?
Find out.
She talked about this yesterday. She was like, hey, AI told me I should not.
She kept having to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. If you think AI could take care of it all, it was all the stuff that I learned in school that allowed me to get to the final product that is wrapped for you to open later, Christopher Lane.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe we'll do it at like top of the hour.
Sure.
Okay. You're right around there.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, well, I think that might be fun. We'll work that in. Everybody's saying happy birthday to C Lane over in
Thank
chat.
you.
We can do the good, the bad, and the ugly today, and everything in between.
I used to do a thing on my birthday, and I think a lot of people would do this. Remember, like when you had to date your papers back in grade school?
Sure do.
Yes.
Did you ever on your birthday write your birth year because you're used to writing your birthday out with your birth year? Like,
yes. Did you do that?
No, but you said today it was 2021 at the top of the show.
Oh,
and I was like, were you mixing 2025 with 2001? Because most people, when they talk about September 11th, they talk about 2001. Did you write it down like that?
I did. I wrote 2021 down. Maybe I just wanted to go back in time.
Couldn't blame you. Wouldn't blame you for that.
I'm longing for the days of the pandemic. Remember that time? Okay. All right. We do have something we need to announce to get out there. As of right now, the pre-sale is on for the roast of Shawn Wson. That is me. It's weird to say my own name like that, but the pre-sale is on. What? Now I want to walk you through this because it's not the easiest thing to do because it's a pre-sale right now. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't get tickets. It's sold out." What you got to do is
props
this.
to the people who guessed the super secret pre-sale password.
I know.
By the way,
What the hell, man? I'm like,
started buying tickets before we even announced anything.
There were people who, when Jack told me, he's like, here's what the super secret password is for the pre-sale tickets, super duper secret. And I went to go check to see if it was functional. And there were already people who had guessed it. And I thought, they got to it. I mean, it's not the most secure pre-sale password one could think of, considering the show. But here's what I want you to do. If you want to go to this incredibly exclusive event, it's going to be a high-end night. It's a glorious place. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue. We are going to laugh hard and have fun and have a huge roast event. Everybody will be made fun of. Nobody is out of bounds, and the laughs will be plentiful, all right? And if you want that, and if you're an adult who's like, hey, now that I'm an adult, I don't have a lot of fun things that I could do for Halloween, October 30th, we got you, babe. We got a time for you here. And it's going to be fun. So here's what you could do. If you want to get those while they last, because it is a very, very limited event. And just from the stuff eking out yesterday before now, the official announcement, I think it's already like 50% gone, right? So act now if you want to be at this very, very exclusive event. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, all right? If you click on dispatches, you'll see my post about this, and you'll see the information on how you can get your tickets, okay? Make sure you read it. Make sure you read everything there. But go to thenewsjunkie.com, click on dispatches. Everybody can see the post that I did. It'll link you to the Dr. Phillips Center and Judson's Live. It'll give you the promo code, and it'll tell you, like, hey, when you go there, it might say, there might be like no tickets are on sale because it's a pre-sale setup that they have going on right now. But I want to tell you about it because now officially, as of this moment, and as a matter of fact, a minute ago, the actual pre-sale is on. So if you want to go to the Halloween roast of Shawn Wson, go get your tickets while you can. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, click dispatches. You'll see my post on there. Read everything real quick. Get your tickets while you can. All right. Going to be an interesting show today, one to remember. Lots of twists and turns in the show. We got to talk about some of the reaction to this stuff. Like, I don't know how everybody feels about it, but South Park pulled that last episode that they had.
Wait, so the last episode they had, I didn't even think had anything about him in it.
I don't know if it was that one.
Second one.
It was the nut one where it was like, I got to get my nut. And they had like all the
second one where it was like, tell me it was Cartman, right? Or
yeah, it was called Got a Nut. It was Cartman trying to be like Charlie Kirk, and the Charlie Kirk debate stuff was going on. And they pulled this episode. I want to get into that a little bit, your reaction to all this. Let us know how you're feeling. Send us a dispatch or an email to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's fire all things up.
Hearing they pulled the episode just makes me want to watch it now.
I got some thoughts on this and many, many other things today. So stay with us. An eventful show. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways, clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound approaching I-4. The right lane's blocked on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Michigan Street. There's a crash getting cleared up on I-4.
Hey, everybody.
From the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
Happy Thursday. Roast tickets on sale now. Go get yours while you can. It's going to be an amazing event. With all the heaviness of today and in and out of stuff that we go, remember, we can still have fun. We can still make jokes. It's important to enjoy your life, for God's sake. And this event, the tickets are, I think, like $99. There's fees and taxes and stuff, which I know you hate. I'm sorry. But the venue is so stunning. It's going to be really one of those nights that you'll remember. For adults to have some fun on Halloween and come laugh your ass off, I think it's going to be 1,000% worth it for you. So go to the website, click on dispatches, you'll see my post, follow the instructions. Shawn, I have 3 costume ideas and I need confirmation. I promise you that we will get to all of those questions, not only fast, but within the next day or two. I promise you. Judson's Live really is amazing, very impressive. It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue. Okay, on the Charlie Kirk stuff, a lot of big bombshells about to drop on this. It's been confirmed by a couple of sources that the weapon which has been found and the ammunition which was found at the scene of the college, bolt action rifle, was left behind. This was the gun used to fire the single shot that appeared to hit Charlie Kirk in the jugular yesterday and kill him eventually. And on the ammunition, perhaps the gun as well, it is believed that the shooter had, as you've seen in many other shootings, left inscriptions behind, implying that this assassination was done on behalf of transgender individuals, and that this was about Charlie's stance on trans issues. In fact, he was in the middle of answering a question about trans shooters
strangely enough, the moment the shot rang out. Now, it's impossible to me to believe that the person may have been actually hearing this as they were getting ready to fire, but you never know. And I'm about 0% shocked, you know? When I look at the radicalization present in the United States of America, people are bloodthirsty. They're cheering on Luigi Mangione. They're cheering on horrible behavior because they've been radicalized to dehumanize anybody who disagrees with them. Anybody who may want to like go to a college campus and debate people and might have opinions that, I don't know, you might even think are repulsive. And the two main issues that people are radicalized enough to do this kind of stuff on in the current moment is transgender issues and Palestine. Those are the issues. So I'm about 0% surprised that it appears one of those is the driving force behind this attack. But that information is starting to come out now. Yes, that they found the weapon. We'll go to the press conference a little bit too that happened this morning, which is pretty useful. Kind of stunning, and maybe we'll spend some time talking about this when we come back, how this all played out with the old man that they arrested. That was bizarre, yet he wasn't the person. With the secondary person that they arrested, because I think he was dressed all in black, and they thought he might be the shooter, also not the shooter. And that both of those people were eventually released. So that's been interesting to watch. And then of course we have the security angle and many other things. Excuse the landscaping noise. It should be over very soon. How dare people have open debate? I mean, there's legitimately a lot of people who are like, well, he said if a few people have to die to protect the Second Amendment rights of Americans, then so be it. There's people who are latching on to quotes like that. There's people who are like, I found this to be disgusting, who are openly celebrating the death of another person. I don't care if Joy Behar or somebody who I am completely diametrically opposed to in all ways is at some event. If they are shot by a person, that is wrong. And if we've lost the ability to say that that is wrong, you have become far more vile and disgusting than the people that you channel all your anger to. Okay? That is a legitimate fucking problem in this country right now. That there are many people who can openly express feelings like that instead of taking a moment in your life and just shutting the fuck up. Just relax. Disconnect for a second if that's the way you really feel. 1 minute, we're coming back live on the show. In fact, I do want to talk about all the accidental arrests. So we'll get into that when we come back. There's just a lot of ground to cover. All right, here we go.
For the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
I'm Dan, he's Ty. Hello. And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live it.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Get those tickets to the roast of Shawn Wson. Unfortunately, that's me. Over on thenewsjunkie.com. Look at the dispatches section. You'll see my post on exactly how to snag those tickets while you can. They're a little other. I think it's a great deal. I think you're going to have a blast, but it's a beautiful venue. It's a high-end venue, and this is a very, very limited exclusive event. So make sure you are ready to go have a good time on October 30th and grab your tickets now while you can. All right, let's talk about a couple of things that have really grabbed my attention with everything happening out there in the world right now. One, and I did a video on this last night that I posted. You can watch on Facebook or YouTube. I'm kind of amazed in this moment where I find so many people radicalized, so many people okay with the worst kind of things, including like killing people that you have dehumanized enough because they disagree with you on some sort of political front. All of those things in my mind, I keep going back to this thing where I say, we have security at these events. Now, not a lot, because at this event that Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at, apparently there weren't metal detectors. I guess it's just not commonplace that they do like pat downs and searches of people coming to these events.
There was a lot of people there.
3,000 plus people, depending on what estimates you believe. I'm just trying to grab one in the middle somewhere, which seemed like about 3,000 people.
Looking at the wide shot of it, it was in the thousands, without a doubt.
There was the tent that Charlie Kirk was in, and then there was just a sea of people around the tent. And some of them probably couldn't really understand what was going on because there was that many people. There were
a tiny little speaker hooked up.
Yeah. It's like when we did live events back in the day, and people would come out to our live events and be like, "We can't hear anything." It's kind of like that for some people involved. But you got 3,000 people and 6 police officers that were at this event with 3,000 people. And I don't even know if that's like code for events. Maybe it is there. But for instance, here we've done a big event many, many times that we call Just Okay. And when we do this, we have to hire law enforcement because there's going to be a big crowd of people. You have to have those people with you. And he also had his own security, which may have numbered up to like 8 people or so. So we're talking about, let's say, 13 people. And I pointed out in this video, you had, not an incredibly long time ago, some young guy go up onto the roof of a building about 150 yards from President Trump, who was a very big candidate at the time before the election, and try to blow his head off in the middle of a speech. And he's on the rooftop. He's shooting at the president in that case. In this case, it's the same exact situation. A university, the rooftop. There were maybe 2 or 3 places where somebody could have fired this shot. And one of them is where the person was sitting there, wandering out, putting the gun up, sitting down, taking the shot, killing Charlie Kirk. I have no idea why security for events like this is not paying attention to the one place that I, as just a normal non-security person, would be focused on. I would go, I think our biggest risk is that somebody shoots this person. I think our biggest risk is that somebody who's so inflamed by this stuff wants to kill this person. Then I go, where would the person try to attempt that from? Obviously, the high ground would be the place where somebody would try to take a shot like that. So every story in history where something like this happens, almost always, the case is the person is in higher ground. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
You know the take that I saw yesterday that I thought, oh gosh, are we doing this again? We just did this. Mm-hmm. The take that I saw a lot yesterday was like, that was a professional hit. You're like, come on, you guys just said this about Luigi Mangione, and you figured out that it not only was the guy so unprofessional, he just got really lucky by doing a lot of research and then got caught at McDonald's.
Okay, sure, but this was from a rooftop. It has been determined, right?
Yeah, from like over 100 yards away.
That's
like
a sniper.
Somebody knows weapons. I agree with you, C-Lane, because. But in the Luigi Mangione case, I think, at least when I was talking about this, I was thinking, well, I could believe that this person was experienced more because of the way that they did what looked like a hit on the person, not because of their shooter skills or anything. In this case, I'm not.
I think because it looked like something you saw on TV.
Yes, yes. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. But I think in this case, I look at it and go, I have shot many weapons. I'm not what you would call a marksman by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not an expert on guns by any stretch of the imagination. But I know enough to know it's not easy to do that. I know enough to know like that's not this person's first time giving this gun a shot, you know? It wasn't like, all right, well, let's see what happens here. I just, I think this person is somebody who is familiar with guns. I also think they may end up being somebody who is a student at the school, just because that makes a whole lot more sense. But the security thing was just like, how are people not looking at the rooftops when that is clearly where the threat comes from? Events like the Super Bowl, they go, the sharpshooters they're up on top. They're on the high ground. They're looking around everywhere they possibly can. They're keeping an eye on this stuff. And I feel like, I think this is just true. I'm sorry. I feel like security for these events has done so many of them that they think the biggest risk is actually somebody getting upset and throwing something, or, storming out, or trying to knock over a barrier. I don't think it's on their radar that people are as crazy as they are. I think that maybe like goes away. And if you did that as your job every day, you probably feel the same way. Mm-hmm. Probably be like, we're just doing another campus. We did it last week. We'll do it next week, and it'll go fine. People will be upset, but it'll go fine. And then you lose track of the main thing there, and that's you're supposed to protect somebody. I mean, they picked up his body and just threw him into the back of an SUV. Like, there was no paramedics, there was no ambulance, there was no police cruiser with lights blazing. They just picked him up and carried him and threw him into an SUV. That's how they ended up getting him out of there. So that was one thing that certainly came to mind that we can digest a little bit. But when I saw that South Park, and this is, I guess according to a couple of news sources, that they have pulled the episode now that they said is mocking Charlie Kirk. I was kind of surprised. Already aired, yeah. Episode 2, season 27. And I'll say, just to jump this off, I'm sure you guys have thoughts on this. Charlie Kirk and many, many others fully embraced this episode.
Yeah, on his TikTok account, he posted his commentary and then like intertwined with clips of the actual show, and he wore it as a badge of honor.
Yeah, I think that were he not to have been shot and killed yesterday, I think he would have been like, no, like. They embrace this as a funny moment of them being centered in culture and comedy. And he changed his profile photo, I believe, to the cartoon version of himself. And it feels a little bit like we're worried about music after 9/11 on the radio,
Do you think that this was a Paramount decision, or do you think Trey Parker and Matt Stone had any call in it, had any say in the pulling of the episode?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't even seen if it's 1,000% removed from the series just yet, but I've seen multiple stories suggesting that that's the case.
I'm a little curious, with a deal as big as they got, does that mean that they don't have a lot of say after the fact? Mm-hmm. Or that they have a lot more control, considering the billions that they were offered?
Depends on what their deal was. I will tell you this. They do. Tell me what you think of this wording. A divisive South Park episode mocking Charlie Kirk and other MAGA firebrands was pulled from cable. You know what that means to me?
What's cable?
That means they maybe called and said, are you planning on re-airing this, or are you planning on putting it back on Comedy Central? And they're like, we're going to hold off on re-airing that episode for now.
So everyone who watches it on demand, they're the ones who did it.
Like, somebody check, if you don't mind. Like, if you're at home, or if you're somewhere where you can check and you have Paramount.
I have Paramount Plus. I'm loading it up right now.
Yeah, look to see if it's still there, because my gut would tell me it might still be on demand, and they're just saying, well, we want to be decent people. We don't want to re-air that right this moment. And so we'll pull it, in air quotes, from cable. And that just seems quite different to me. That doesn't seem like the same thing.
Nope, Got a Nut is still there.
Still up? Yeah. See? So somebody from a news outlet wanted to kind of run with this, and then they said, well, look, they've pulled it because they said we're not going to air it right now. And by the way, if they did put it in their schedule and just air it right now, that would seem weird. That would seem weird. Of course. But going back and deleting it like it never existed, something that he seemed to like, that he seemed to lean into, just seems like a dopey response to this in a world of kind of dopey responses. So
I had to pull something that seemed like wrong timing.
What? What'd you do?
Just a promo that was airing. Talking about guns.
Oh, was it us?
Are you sharing it right now? You had to pull.
No, I didn't. Nobody told me to. I just said, let's switch this one out.
For now. Yeah, and that's fine. That's different than being like, we're never going to do this again. Like, Shawn is never going to play his shotgun sound effect again on the show because, XYZ. Like, if I played it all segment long right now, it might be seen as a pretty improper thing to do. So there's different things. That's not banning or erasing or getting rid of something that they've created. It's just trying to be decent to his family for a moment. And maybe some other people could take a lesson from that. Maybe some other people can jot down some notes.
So basically, they said, don't air it. Don't put it out there on the air. But if people want to watch it, they still can. This is not even like a real ban or pull barely at all. Yet there's still articles saying that fans are calling for South Park to be canceled.
But on 9/11, isn't it exactly like the 9/11 ban? They said they banned all of these songs. Well, at that time, let the bodies hit the floor when people had just jumped out of the Twin Towers to their death was not a proper thing to do. 10, 20 years afterwards, everybody wants to go, look at the censorship of music that happened.
Were people really pissed about that? I thought it made so much sense.
So mad was Mariah Carey.
Was she?
Yeah, because her album was supposed to come out September 11, 2001.
How dare they?
And it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. She was like, just remember on this day that this album got completely washed away by the terrorist attacks of 9/11, and then Hero comes along.
Sorry, Mariah.
Woof.
Tough times.
But I mean, in as much as there are classic stories about DJs playing "Jump" by Van Halen when they heard there was a guy on the bridge ready to go and losing their jobs for it because it was in poor taste, you don't think that maybe there should be a memo that says, here's a couple things we should shy away from?
Imagine having a tiny shred.
Censorship, my ass.
A little shred of decency. Imagine having just little tiny shred of decency.
So,
and then you'll see why they did that.
I took out the gun promo and I replaced it with something called Big Penis Class.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Everybody will be okay with that today, at least, I think. Okay, we're going to get into some of your feedback because a lot of people are responding today. And, of course, we'll go over this. I got some of the press conference that we can get into at some point in time. At the top of the hour, we'll swerve you away from this because today's C-Lane's birthday. He's got a mystery gift in his studio there. Oh, two mystery gifts.
This thing.
All right, shake it.
Easy.
Oh, careful. Apparently, it's a little delicate, maybe. We're going to see what's in the mystery gifts for C-Lane's birthday. That, of course, will be in about 20 minutes here on the show. And many, many more things as developments and everything else comes through. Juggling what is a giant story and something that has a lot of people reacting in various ways. And also trying to do our thing over here and bring a little levity to the day for you. And that's what we'll attempt to straddle today on the show. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
There's got to be a play for like 70-year-old lonely women too, right?
Oh, go to the villages and find out. Go be the pool boy. Go put a Speedo on and go take the leaves out of her pool.
Hey, we can start a new thing called Lonely Fans. Nailed it.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Thursday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, in all honesty, it's going to be a much drier day. We're only expecting about a 30% chance of a few hit and miss isolated downpours and maybe a rumble of thunder or two. But really, most of these will stay and hug areas a little closer to the coast. Plan for a high of around 88 degrees, so still staying below normal by a couple of degrees. As we head into this weekend, even drier weather on the way, only about a 20% chance of rain. From the Fox 35.
Hello?
A lead lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you.
How are we feeling, everybody?
Hey, have you been opening up your power bill?
How are we feeling? I get a vibe of people taking on a little stress, people feeling a little tense. Are you feeling tense, yes or no? Do you feel tense today? Tense. I think you know what that means. I need one more nasal spray. I hate to do it. It's going to lead to accusations that I'm addicted. I need one more nasal spray so I don't clear my throat during the show.
They make that switch more affordable than ever. 30% they'll cover. But that's not lasting much longer. At the end of the year, those federal tax credits are gone. So don't wait. Stop dreading the next bill. Start looking forward to energy freedom with Solar Installers of Florida. Call today for your free quote, 407-777-5050. Tell them C-Lane for the news that sent you. You'll save an additional $500 on that quote. That's 407-777-5050.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
At solarinstallersoflorida.com. Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Todd. Good news. We offer
Tense, no? No? Yes? Feeling great, thank you? Well, good. I want everybody to feel good. I think there becomes this weird tension in the air with a story like this, and you start to realize what's happened to some of your friends and what's happened to different people out there. And for me, on my personal Facebook page, I don't know how I ended up in this position, but on my personal Facebook page, there's a ton of listeners that I somehow ended up friends with. So people that I don't really know. And when an event like this happens, I can see what people are talking about, and I can see all the fighting and stuff going on back and forth. And it's annoying, but it also gives me a little bit of insight as to what people are getting into.
Shawn, you're live now. You're live.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science.
I didn't like the guy, but it's so disgusting that in this country somebody was killed for their words. It hurts me to the core because I served in our military, and that's wrong. Well, I mean, there are people who are inflamed by different creators who make content every day, different people in the news, and who have a level of anger where I think they've degraded their humanity enough to just kind of be evil about things. Hello? And Courtney is one of them. No, I'm kidding. Fake news, fake news. Where are you going? Oh, you got your pepper spray ready? In case somebody tries to... Don't spray it at me!
Can I practice?
No, don't practice! Get away! I don't know you! What's Bobby say?
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my
I
purse!
don't know you. That's my purse.
Great episode. All right, be safe out there. And be trigger happy if somebody gets a little close. Get them.
No, I know how to assess risk.
Yeah. God bless. See you later. Chaos says it's not even worth fighting people on, to be honest. I agree on some level that it could be like tilting at windmills, or more people will probably understand shadow boxing. It's like you're wasting your time trying to change these people's minds. But I think in these moments, there are some people you can get to where you just go like, hey, what's going on here? You've lost the plot so much that in your quest for empathy, protecting who? Like protecting the invisible trans armies behind you, protecting whoever you think you're protecting from Charlie's words, women who want to have abortions or whatever. In your quest to protect those people, you've dehumanized the person in front of you so much that you've become inarguably far worse than they are on any issue because you think you're doing it for a moral reason. And I think if you let a little air, not pop it, but let a little air out of that balloon, I think you can rock people awake a little tiny bit. A little tiny bit. The people who you won't rock awake, unfortunately, I just don't know that you'll save them. All right, we're coming back.
Radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeartRadio app today. The #1 app for radio.
Life doesn't wait.
And neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
most viral newsroom. The three best friends you never knew you had going through the most viral stories of the day. That's what we do here on this show every single day, and you can learn more about it by going to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Big question for you. Not only, with 9/11 being this week, not only is it Christopher Lane's birthday. Happy birthday, C. Lane. Not only is it that, but it's also, we're 24 years in to 9/11, which is crazy to think about. We had a
classrooms are listening to us right now.
Maybe we had a brief discussion yesterday. We were talking about, this is what Sabrina's mentioning here, how they're struggling to teach 9/11 to young kids in schools, and they wanted to figure out how to do that. Some of the younger teachers are bringing in people who, quote, lived through 9/11. Not meaning that you were in New York or anything, but meaning that, like, you just remembered that day.
You were just alive.
Yeah, your qualification was that you were alive and, like, paying attention on 9/11.
Old enough to, have an experience to share.
Yeah, they bring C-Lane in like the thought-out caveman on the South Park episode, and they're like, this is Chris. He was alive on 9/11. Tell him what happened.
But wait, kids, he was also born on 9/11.
Double up for him.
So,
So I ask you a big question 24 years after 9/11. I want you to stew this around and think about it a little bit. If the attacks on 9/11 and everything that followed, if that happened today,
oh, gosh,
with social media, would it be worse?
Yeah.
What would it look like? Because I thought, watching some of the people who were just gross in the celebration of the Charlie Kirk assassination stuff and some of the other things that were happening out there, I go, if 9/11 happened today, it's almost undeniable that there would be people who would be taking to these social media platforms and would be like, yeah, hell yeah, because there's people in the United States who root against the United States. There's people who would be like, well, we had it coming. Damn colonizers. There would be people who legitimately would have supported that. And I started to wonder when I thought about that, and I started mentally going down that rabbit hole. If there was an attack, if 9/11 had happened this weekend, what would be different? Would Americans unite in the way that they did? And I don't know if people realize this or not, especially younger people. One of the things that I would tell you if I was, the person in front of the classroom explaining what 9/11 was, like, I would tell you.
Here's a magnet.
I would tell these young kids, I would go, there was a feeling of mostly togetherness after 9/11.
I would say. Yes.
You would run into almost everybody. You'd be like, can you believe this? And they'd be like, well, we got to stick together as Americans. George W. Bush, his approval rating went to like 80% or something insane afterwards. He's down there with a bullhorn in the rubble of the Twin Towers. And
I watched his draft.
Everybody, or at least most people, pulled together and was kind of uniting in that moment.
Very small glimpse of that. Mm-hmm. When COVID was first announced.
Yes.
I think it was like 4 days total.
When we were all like, what's happening? And there wasn't like too many rules yet. There was like, hey, you guys, you hear this? You hear this? You hear that? And we all, for a moment, just for a fleeting little moment in time before we launched a bunch of wars and stuff, we all kind of decided we were in this together. And I'm not going to break into High School Musical or anything here, but you get my point. Like we all decided, hey, we have some differences. We might not look the same. We might not vote the same. We might not be the same religion. but we're both living in the United States of America, and this is wrong, and this sucks. And if that happened in 2025, I don't think it would be that way.
I don't know. I mean, it was such an insane terrorist attack, though. Like, we've seen a lot of tragedy since then. And, I mean, to others and to groups of people and to you are there and witness that there are many levels that the three of us probably cannot ever even fathom.
Mm-hmm.
However, at that moment, there were thousands of people that died and had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So if it were to happen where you were in the big city and 2 planes are flying into buildings, then I think it still would be just as
I think people would be shocked.
Would it not?
I think it would be impactful for normal people. I think there would be a shocking amount of people, the same people who are posting the same kind of stuff on social media now, who would literally be celebrating it. I think there would be a non-insignificant. I always talk about the 10% fringes in this country who are really, they make everything a little more obnoxious with politics all the time. I think there would be those people where 9/11 to happen in exactly the same way in 2025 with all of those social media platforms. I think it would be different. I think it would be absolutely different.
Well, those people are safely at their house.
Bootsy brings up a different point entirely. It says, millennials have been full-on desensitized to this stuff. We see a lot more now. You know, in 2001, we saw what they broadcast on television for the most part.
Yeah, we would see so much more now. So much quicker.
This week, how many people, hands up, saw the video of Charlie Kirk getting brutally murdered, shot in the neck? Just a horrific, horrific video. I watched it. We all watched it, right? You wouldn't have seen that because there were gatekeepers. The media was the gatekeeper, and a lot of that footage was not shown. Now it would be. Now things, it's just, there's a lot of things that are different, and maybe you're right. Maybe that has desensitized us in many ways. Steven says, every person would be on Facebook live and more people would have died trying to record it than running from it. I don't disagree. I think that there's a lot of that probably would have happened if it repeated today. And obviously, nobody wants that juju.
Also,
I just wonder what the difference would be in 2025.
Think about the timeline between 9/11 and conspiracy theories, and then just cut that into like a quarter of its size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If that might even be giving it a little too much time.
And C-Lane cut my surprise about it 100% down.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I remember after 9/11 when the conspiracies came in, I was like, well, are you kidding me? Well, hold on. Let me try to explain some of these. And you just try to explain things to people. And you go, wait, you really believe that? Hold on. Now I would go 0% surprised. 0% surprised. There's conspiracies in 5 seconds on absolutely everything.
They had people spewing conspiracies that were at the event.
Yeah. There were people
television
this week with conspiracies about the Ukrainian woman. Where's the blood? And like all this, it's just ever present. So that's one thing you can chime in on. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send a dispatch with your thoughts right now. When we return, we'll get to some of those, and we'll get to C-Lane's mystery box prize present birthday gift. What's in the present?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Men in the box, get back into the box. We're going to see what's happening and what AI had to say about it. We'll get into that for C-Lane's birthday. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Week 2 of the NFL season has the Tampa Bay Bucks in Houston to play the Texans on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Monday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
There's a crash block in the right lane on the Greenway northbound at Landstar Boulevard. An accident's in the right lane on Orange Blossom Trail before Michigan Street there. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up an earlier accident on Colonial Drive near I-4. I believe it's affecting the off-ramp as well. That accident's been cleared on I-4 eastbound near Darrell Carter Parkway. Traffic's moving a little smoother now. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Aleve.
Hey friends, how are you? Welcome behind the scenes. I got some updates for you.
You're home with Reese Windows and Doors. If you still have those original windows, the first ones that were
Sure you want some updates?
single pane, letting all
Let's
the
see.
cold air out, but you're paying more on your energy.
We'll get to your commentary momentarily.
Insulate that home and protect yourself from the elements.
Okay, here is the person they are looking for that they believe is the shooter in the Charlie Kirk case. This is the person, just as of moments ago, that they have been trying to track down, who disappeared into the neighborhoods around the stadium, around the school campus. This is the person that the FBI has just tweeted about. He is wearing a t-shirt with an American flag, some other graphics. I can't really see what's going on. He has sunglasses on. He has a black long sleeve shirt on. It says, from FBI Salt Lake City as of 8 minutes ago, we are asking for the public's help in identifying this person of interest. Here's another photo. I'll show it on the stream momentarily. We want the public's help identifying this person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University.
We are beyond a bank, still has primary focus on mortgages and getting you the money you need.
The gun that was recovered was apparently a Mauser rifle. A Mauser rifle recovered at the scene, which had pro-trans, anti-fascist messages. Pro-trans, anti-fascist messages. That is the person that they are on the lookout for right now, that they believed was behind the shooting of Charlie Kirk yesterday.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt. When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back.
LOL pro-trans messages on a rifle?
They can help us prove
yes.
that pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses. Fairer and fairer.
Is that surprising to you? Is he a student? They haven't mentioned anything else. I don't know what, the FBI isn't telling us what they know. So we don't know if they know the name of the shooter. I would assume that they've probably figured out a lot more than they're publicly telling us. I'm telling you, my gut on this right away was he was radicalized on the two biggest issues that have radicalized people in the United States of America: trans issues and fascism and those things that would lead somebody to shoot another human being. That's what seems to be the case here. And my gut tells me he may have been a student at the school simply because it probably made it easier for him to get in and out of where he needed to go. Now, maybe not. Maybe he's just college age, so it was easier. But he looks fairly young. Hey, Shawn, are you going to talk about the school shooting that happened yesterday, or is this just a memorial stream for the psychopath that thought school shootings were a necessary evil? Interesting that you think the psychopath was the person who got shot in the jugular for debating with other people. That's the person who is a psychopath in this situation. The person who wanted to, I mean, how else do you want him to do it? Literally, it's the best way. Debate ideas. Not try to start an army, not try to get people to be violent, just literally to debate ideas on a college campus where you do that stuff. But the psychopath is the debater. Yeah? That's the psychopath? As far as the school shooting, I have it in the stories today. It is not anywhere near as large of a story for various reasons. One being that it wasn't a political, ideological, religious-based attack. It was a domestic dispute between a couple of students, and it was a shooting that happened to happen on campus that day. I don't think you give a shit about that, but I'll tell you anyway.
It's all set. Just make sure you start from the top.
Plus, Solar
Will do.
boosts your home's value instantly and protect your family from power outages. Solar Source has over 40 years in business with over 60,000 installations in Central Florida. They are the company
Coming back.
Value instantly and protect your family from power outages. Solar Source has over 40 years in business with over 60,000 installations in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. SolarSource.com. That's SolarSource.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
No, it's a little confusing, but you can get in there, go to thenewsjunkie.com and look in the dispatches section. You'll see my post if you scroll down. I'll work on putting that easier on top of the website, but you can
go now, though.
Yeah. Oh, are they selling?
I mean, pre-sale is sale.
Yeah. I mean, it's on sale. It's on sale now, but the way it's set up on their website is like, it's going to tell you that there are no tickets available, and then you got to put in a little password, right? And the password is News Junkie, all one word, NEWSJUNKI. This is for the JUNKIE. Excuse me, sorry.
Doesn't know how to spell his own show.
News Junkie, NEWSJUNKIE, and this is for the roast of Shawn Wson at Judson's Live.
Thought about as I was driving in, because we did the pre-sale thing, and then eventually they'll get rid of the keyword and it'll just be on sale. And I'll go, what if somebody who did not know anything about the show was like scrolling through the Dr. Phillips Center website and goes, oh, a comedy roast. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. Let's see what's happening with this. You folks who have listened to the show will have a blast of a time on October 30th for this roast, which will be wildly offensive, fun, and absolutely a good time for you. But get the tickets while you can. When you go to the website, the Dr. Phillips Center for Performing Arts, Judson's Live is the venue. And when you go to the roast of Shawn Wson, it's going to say in the corner, you can put like a code there. If you put News Junkie, NEWSJUNKIE, that will give you access to the tickets. And pay attention, because there's some by the stage that don't necessarily look like they're available because they look a little different than the other seats, but they are available.
Actually,
grab those
good
now.
Spots if you are looking to drink.
Yeah, there's some bar spots and a couple other spots in there. So grab yours now over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. It is Christopher Lane's birthday today on the show. That's right. With all of the things going on, we must focus on some other show-related things as well. And I'm happy to focus on this because it's C-Lane's birthday, for God's sake.
What are the odds?
I know.
Birthday
What
gets
are the odds?
overshadowed twice.
I know. It's unbelievable.
I'm used to it by now.
Can't get a break on this guy's birthday. 9/11, unbelievable. So Sabrina has procured some gifts for C-Lane for his birthday and brought him into his studio.
It was a whole thing.
I see that there's a bag and then there's some sort of like thin thing.
Which should I do first?
Go ahead and get the bag done.
Bag done. All right.
Yeah, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
It's been a real fun ride. Known you for all of 12 years now.
Is this the end here?
I'm ending our friendship.
Oh no, I dropped something. Oh,
okay.
it's
And
booze.
there we go.
All right, let's see.
That's a little bit of booze. Same booze I gave your wife. Uh-oh. What's
the
happening
hype
there?
button, the original hip hop air horn button.
Oh yeah, all right.
Hold
I
on.
put the batteries in for you. Already.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay.
Does that mean here it's a...
Oh, no, you got to turn it on. There's a switch.
Okay.
He's trying it.
I got to save the battery. By the way, fun fact.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Carl hates it. Carl, I will never have a hype button in my house ever again. So
Sabrina's dog is not a fan.
happy birthday.
I think the worst thing I could do with this is bring it home and give it to Jackson as a...
That's a quick response.
Yeah,
too.
it's good. It's good.
Give it to Jackson just as you're headed out the door to do something.
Oh, you know
your
what?
wife will be watching it.
Yeah, no, I'm going out Friday night for some drinks. And just hand this to the baby right before he'll be asleep.
Do you want papa? Hit that. You wanna- You okay?
All right, I was looking for the bottle that I think it's down there. It's behind one of the computers.
It's either not yours Fireball or 99 bananas. So.
It's the 99 bananas because the Fireball's in here.
All right.
Cheers, bud.
All right.
Fireball
Okay,
whiskey.
so before you open that,
Okay. This was the chat
there was
GPT.
a thing to it. Yes, okay. So first I started with a very long text to your wonderful, awesome, super big fan wife. And I said, okay, I have 2 ideas. What do you think he'll like the most? And she goes, I got to be honest with you. This is going to be the second thing. I go, okay, great. So I got a particular gift for you that is not physically here right now, Christopher.
Okay.
It will be delivered to your house tomorrow.
All right.
But I went to ChatGPT and I figured at least I could make something that you could open up.
Well, that's nice.
And I gave it the
But
list.
ChatGPT didn't want to make it for you?
Well, Sean, if you could show that first image.
All right, hang on one sec.
It's the very first one that has a yellow block on it.
Okay, here's the first one.
I want to spoil all of it.
It says, create an illustration of the below items, all with eyes and smiles and birthday hats. And then there's like a list of,
Look at that. So there's a little
all the
teaser for
things.
you.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting some meat at the house.
All right.
Okay, so then to the next slide, please.
Okay, hang on.
It said,
give me a
this is
second here.
great. If you would
So you were happy with the production
that
at
was
that point
awesome.
in time.
But now let's make it a birthday card. But
Okay,
happy
so
birthday, Chris, too.
Using all of these, make it the front of a birthday card that reads "Happy Birthday, Chris," and it's got like steaks with birthday hats, filet mignons with little
Did
birthday
it?
hats, steak
All right.
butter, burger, and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay,
So,
and then
so far so good. All right.
all I asked was the next thing, or did I ask already for? I asked
Well,
them to put you in it. Maybe.
The next one, you put a photo of C-Lane from our photo shoot, and it says,
Which
"How
happens to
about?"
be, I think, the same shirt I'm wearing today.
It's a great picture.
It is the
It's a great
same
picture.
shirt. He's wearing the same shirt today on his birthday. It says, "How about?" Your birthday card is so accurate that it's got the same shirt on that you're reading it.
Okay, and
This is the most accurate birthday card of all time. Actually,
Am I writing a cow made of steak with a steak face?
you bet your ass you are. But it wasn't right yet.
All right, so it says, how about adding an illustration based on Chris's picture that's attached? Maybe him riding one of the pieces of meat like a pony.
Okay, and they
then
did that.
So it's a meat pony.
It says, happy birthday, Chris, with balloons and some stuff in the background and all the steak and meat stuff. It's doing a good job, honestly, so
Yeah.
far. Like,
And then all I
everything's spelled
asked-
right and stuff, so that usually it messes up an AI, and this didn't.
Well, this is where things got a little weird. I just
Okay.
asked one question after that, and
Okay.
that's the next slide.
It says, change the skyline in the background a bit.
No,
so
no,
that,
no, go back, go
no. Okay. Did I miss one? I missed one?
All I said was add the Twin Towers.
Oh. I don't know if I got that one. Because that was the one
So
before
I got
where he was
add the
running.
Twin Towers, and it says, I can't add the Twin Towers to this birthday card illustration. They're closely
Okay.
tied to a tragic historical event.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
9/11 to be exact.
9/11. So including them in a lighthearted message design like this, would it be appropriate?
Oh, Chat GPT, you pussy.
Yeah.
And so did you say like make 2 completely different towers
That's
in
what I
the
said.
background?
I go, okay, love the skyline. Can you add 2 of the buildings that look exactly the same? C-Lane, you may now open up the final
All right. Let's see what the final product is here. Let's see what you were able to get AI to do. 9/11, no less. All right, he's opening it up. And
That was shorter than I thought.
Okay.
We got the Twin Towers on there anyways.
Oh, yeah. The further you go down the line with AI images, the more like warped it gets.
They're
and
like, we
it's-
can't do this because of 9/11 and the tragedy. But as long
Well,
as
here
it
you
had
go.
2 matching towers.
Oh,
It looks like the Twin Towers. I mean,
never forget.
Whatever you had to tell it to make this.
It's your birthday. And
So
happy
what is the
birthday.
gift? What's the actual gift?
Do you want me to tell you? Did you want to open up the box of meat you're getting tomorrow?
No, you can tell me what's in it.
All right. So you get bum-ba-da-dum. No, I'm missing it. It's like 4 top sirloin.
All right.
You get 4 burgers that they had trademarked. There was a certain name to it. God, should I have gotten him that butt?
That was a bad idea. Yeah. Mhm.
You also get steak
The
butter.
only worse idea than getting me this button is getting Sabrina this button.
This is very true.
You're going to keep it locked in your studio.
Don't
over
act
there.
like I didn't get it for myself. 4 butchers cut top sirloins, bistro steaks, triple trimmed filet mignon tips.
Oh my gosh.
Pure ground filet mignon burgers and butcher's steak butter.
Oh man.
Happy
Well,
birthday.
I appreciate that. That sounds delicious.
This is from a nondescript guy named Juan that she met just randomly. It's not from like an actual
Just
company.
make sure you put it right in the fridge.
Gave
okay?
Juan my address and he's gonna drop it off.
That's how it used to work. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, and those people would pull up in a truck and they'd go,
With
I
the
bought some
live
steak.
cow.
I
Yeah.
definitely bought a bunch of steak and various seafood products from one of those vans in my old neighborhood before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I mean, there's 4 of them, so if you do need 2 other people to show up while you're cooking them.
The card is just as good as the gift, and thank you very much.
Oh, you're
That's
welcome.
very
Happy
sweet.
birthday.
Thank
Huge
you.
fan.
Beautiful. If you could, every year on your birthday, just wear this shirt to make things nice and convenient for us, that would be excellent.
I'll work on it.
That would be fantastic if you don't mind. So today is C-Lane's birthday, and feel free to celebrate that. Send us dispatches, emails with your comments to C-Lane, and we'll see what's going on with that in a bit on the show. As I said earlier, go get your tickets. If you go over to, I need to put a better link up to this. And I will in a moment. But if you go to the newsjunkie.com and hit the dispatches section, you can scroll down to where my post is.
It looks better than the link that you put on Facebook, where for whatever reason,
It
and
just has pouring wine.
it's not your fault. No, the one that I kept seeing was that same banner that you see there, but like cut off on either side, so the words are all cut off, and then Sabrina's cut out. And I was like, man, the guy's already roasting her by cutting her out. Cutting her out of the picture.
I don't know how this stuff shows up sometimes, but it's all ready for you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com in the dispatches section. You'll see my post on the roast of Shawn Wson and how you can get your tickets. Use the promo code NEWSJUNKIE, all one word, NEWSJUNKIE.
Oh, this has a little stand.
And,
yeah.
What? Let me see. Oh, the
It's
card
like a little,
stand?
yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put it up here.
Oh, it's beautiful. There you go. All right. Very, very nice.
Very strange trying to pick it up from Walgreens this morning.
Like, what is, you know what? We're
This
not
is
asking.
fun, but what? And the Twin Towers. All right.
We're not going to ask about this. Just moments ago, the FBI, to swerve in another direction, released a photograph. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things real quick, but the FBI has released some photos of a person of interest in connection with the Charlie Kirk assassination. And this is interesting for a couple of reasons. One is, at first, they said that they were not going to do this. There was a press conference, and they said, we have some software that we're using, and if we can determine who this individual is through the software, then we won't need to circulate the photo. I guess the software wasn't fruitful, and they now are bringing this photograph
this looks
to the
like
media.
Very plain-looking guy.
He's wearing a hat. He's wearing glasses. He has a
He
long
doesn't
sleeve.
have any of this on today.
He has a long sleeve black shirt on, and you can't see too much of him. I mean, he's not wearing a mask or anything, but he's wearing an American flag shirt, but there's something happening on the shirt, and the quality is not fantastic. So I can't even see what the shirt design is all
Riddle
about.
me this. So that one clip that kept circulating yesterday of that old man, jeans down.
Yep.
How did they determine him? Why did they arrest him at that moment? And the nation thought he was the one who assassinated Charlie Kirk.
The interesting thing was, this is why yesterday when the news first broke, I was like, let's not show this. We have no idea who these people are, if this is the right person or whatever. But there was footage immediately after the shots were fired of an older man, I'll say, an older man being arrested at the scene. And the older man was behaving in what seemed like a strange way. So if I'm at an event and somebody gets assassinated and they start trying to arrest me, I'm probably gonna be like, whoa, I didn't do this. What the hell? Why are you looking? The guy instead was going,
shoot me.
He said, you could shoot me. You could shoot me. And then he was like, I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to remain silent. And in the moment, it just kind of seemed strange. And the cops were like
surrounded.
Yeah, and they drug him out of there. They like holding his feet, holding his arms, drug him out of there and threw him into a cop car. And this old guy's the person who they initially thought was the shooter. He was in the crowd. I don't know exactly why they would have thought he was the guy, but they did in the moment. And his weird behavior led them, I think, to double and triple down on their thought that the old guy was the one who pulled the trigger and killed Charlie Kirk. When they brought him to the police station, apparently he was like uncooperative. And they said, we realized pretty quickly that he wasn't the guy, but then they still charged him.
With what?
C-Line, see if you can find the actual charge, but I think it was like obstruction. I think they charged him with obstruction, which is...
Oh, come on.
It's kind of crazy that you just gobbled up a dude at the scene and you go, here's our guy. And then when
because he has the right technically to remain silent? That's obstruction?
It looked weird in the moment. It
looks like he's going to have a fat payout.
He might put that on the Mo list. See what Mo says about that. But yeah, I guess he got back to the station with the police,
and there was a lot of notable, verified, though you could pay for it now, accounts online that were naming a completely different person who, yes, looks similar, but glasses, bald head, older guy. First and last name, doxed him, not even close to the person that was actually arrested and turns out to not be the shooter.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people named on various platforms.
Police confirmed he was not the gunman, booking him for obstruction of justice.
Isn't that kind of wild, though? Like,
furious onlookers mistook him for the gunman, with one screaming, "How dare you, you effing monster!"
Yeah. It shows you how fast we can react. He is not the person. He was not the person who did this. I thought this moment was kind of funny. Well, not funny, but interesting, I should say, on Fox News. And people were upset at this person that they interviewed. Listen in here.
Apologize. Let's go to this witness on the scene.
A little bit backstage, and I turn and look, and they were arresting a guy by the name of George Zim. Yeah, I know the guy. I don't think he did it. I think they arrested the wrong guy. I think whoever did it was a good shooter, a sharp shooter.
Also, the
it was
wife's
one
face.
shot right directly to the heart, and we need to find out who did this. I think there should be a research completely done that took place hours, maybe a day, before anything went on. Who could be there and pull that trigger and do it? And I don't think it was George Zim. He was poor, broke. He maybe was on medication, a little bit of loony boon, maybe a person to pick and say that did it, but I don't think he did it at all.
That was a statement.
That was a lot
My
of...
favorite is the wife that's like...
She's barely in the shot. The wife's head is cut off by the chyron, the lower third graphic. And the other thing was, he said, I don't think George Zinn did it. This person was a good shot. And I'm like, do you know George Zinn to not be a...
I thought he was going to spend some time...
That's the old guy,
the 71-year-old dude.
Yeah.
Zinn is his last name. I thought that this was going somewhere like, I know George Zinn. He can't shoot for... he can't hit the broad side of a barn.
It seemed that way. I'll go back.
Apologize. Let's go to this witness on the
A
scene.
little bit backstage, and I turn and look, and they were arresting a guy by the name of George Zim. Yeah, I know the guy. I don't think he did
What
it.
about
I think they arrested the wrong guy. I think whoever did it was a good shooter, a sharp shooter. It was one shot right directly to the heart, and we need to find out who did this.
It was not one shot to the heart, but I don't blame him for thinking that on the scene. I think it got him right in the damn neck.
You think? I mean, that close-up footage.
He bled out very quickly.
It looked like a damn movie, man.
Yeah. So that was
there were some sources saying that, it was called right there on the scene.
Oh yeah, it had to be. He lost so much blood. It's just no way around it.
It was almost like there were. You know what? I think it's too graphic to say.
Your body needs blood, okay? And when it's pumping out of your body at that rate, there's just very little chances of survival. It's an unfortunate reality of human existence. And that's just a reality of this situation that we're facing. But that guy was a friend of his, and he was poor. He didn't do it. And as crazy as that man may have sounded, he was right. The old guy didn't do it. But they hauled him off to jail, and they started questioning him at the facilities there where the local police were. And at the police department, he wasn't cooperating, and then they ended up charging him anyways. We know you didn't do this, but you still obstructed our investigation. And I thought that was kind of weird. Then they got a second person. We'll talk about who that was in a little bit on the show. We'll get to other things that they found left behind at the scene. We got a bunch more to get into as far as the updates here. And we'll hear from you as well. So do join us on the show today with your happy birthday messages for C-Lane or anything else that you want to ask about or talk about. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
You gotta get it that caper, and the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you gotta get that thing straight up. If you get it straight up and get your fingers under it, I know I can lift it.
Hey everybody, how are you?
Congestion through the city on I-4 is causing some on-ramp backup from State Road 408 there. Keep an eye out for an earlier accident on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Michigan Street. There's a crash getting cleared up on the Greenway northbound around Landstar Road there. There's no serious problems on the major roadways.
Okay.
Just some casual congestion.
Couple of things.
Traffic troubles, call the Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line.
People have already identified the shirt. The shirt that the alleged shooter is wearing. It is an American flag, apparently. You see it in the mugshot or the video footage, the blurry photos that the FBI released. Hang on, this song is so fucking loud. Thank you, Duke's Mayo. Thank you. The print on the shirt is apparently an eagle with an American flag, and it says. Hang on. Land of the free, home of the brave. Which you might guess was probably worn by this person to mix in a bit easier with the crowd. And at a Charlie Kirk event on a campus, you might see people wearing sort of patriotic shirts and stuff. I would guess that was an effort to kind of mix in.
But you'll have reliable backup power when storms roll through, while others wait for the linemen to come through and hook the electricity back up. Your home keeps running. Don't wait till another storm is on the radar. Call Solar Installers of Florida today. Call them at 407-777-50.
Even Shawn continues to go on and on about it? What? What the
money off that quote.
The song?
777-5050 or visit them online. Solar Installers of Florida.
Mine says land of the free home of the Whopper. You're safe. Kirk will get 3 years of coverage while the Minnesota lawmakers got 2 days of coverage. Why don't you fucking wait until it's past 2 days? Can you not hold any of this back? Why don't you wait until it's past the point and you're like, well, everybody's still talking about it. Why don't you at least wait? The fuck is wrong with you? God damn. This is a branch off of the stuff I've been talking about recently where it's like the coverage that's happening, the media narrative that's going on is not supportive of my political beliefs, my ideology, or my view of what America should look like. In fact, I think it's bad and damning for my political ideology. So therefore, shut up. Let's talk about the other things. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. This is an extension of that. We talk about what happened. And by the way, when those horrific targeted killings, which were in fact in that case done by somebody who appears to have been right-leaning, were done, we talked about them extensively on the show for multiple days. I talked about the ineptness of the police response. We talked about this guy and his neighbor for multiple days. We talked about it fairly in depth. It wasn't something that was missed on this show, nor will this story be, as much as you may like it to be. Sorry, not sorry. 4 minutes.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Let me know what Miracle Whip is BOGO. I'll keep up on it. But Dukes is better. Legit. Legit. I have another, by the way, insane story that I'm excited to get into. We'll probably do it after the next episode as a little distraction story for a segment, but it's going to be a really interesting conversation that has nothing to do with the Charlie Kirk stuff. But we're going to focus on it, you know? The shooter did pass away at the hospital last night. The other two kids he shot are still in the hospital. One is in critical condition. The other has 9 life-threatening injuries. She's talking about the school shooting that happened either an hour or within hours. It was shockingly close to the timeline of the Charlie Kirk shooting. AD says, the problem in American society today is humanity has taken a backseat to individual gratification and the desire to be famous. True! True! Everybody wants to get some clicks and they don't really care if they make themselves look terrible in the process because they are passing the purity test for the people who they're chasing and chasing after pleasing this group of more and more radical people. I'm more pure to the cause. I'm more pure to the cause. And they don't care what they look like or they lose track of why they should care about that. And they become focused on other things. It's absolutely true. Shawn is based on everything except he doesn't think the Ramones were that influential. Not true.
It all starts at 3 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park.
Not true.
Pitmasters and Pourers.
Okay, you're lucky. I've got 1:45. This is just enough time. I said yesterday that the Ramones were, I don't know if I used the word overrated, but I thought they're not really a great band, okay? Their music is really not that great. You know, Blitzkrieg Bop's okay. I Want to Be Sedated is okay. But they've sold more shirts than people bought albums, okay? They're a band that's worn as an aesthetic because they launched punk culture in many ways. I don't necessarily think their music is that great, but it is undeniable that the Ramones were an extremely influential band in the punk world, more so than MC5 or Iggy Pop and the Stooges or almost anybody you could connect to that time. So, Chaos, it doesn't matter. If they want to control story selection, get past the thing I don't like, get past the thing that's not convenient for me, get past that. Don't make me talk about punk music on a day like this. Watch me put my headphones on again.
Touchdown.
The new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
The adrenaline is still pumping as we hit week 2.
And we've got 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This-
Everyone wants Total Request Talk, TRT. And trust me, if you're, I don't know, I'll just make something up. Let's say you're ranting about an iPhone instead of the big story of the day. People will shred you alive and say, why aren't you talking about the big story? It's like, okay, all right, yeah, I get it.
Because every scroll that you have on your social media is also talking about the big story, my friend.
There's a lot of it, and there's a lot of it that's negative. And Courtney was going like, oh, my God, why would somebody say this? And I'm like, you know what? Disconnect. Then now is a time to just get off the internet because, unfortunately, the dumb people are allowed to use the internet, too. The dumb people, it's still not illegal to be dumb. And I don't necessarily want it to be because we don't have prisons large enough for what I'd like to do. I don't think we would be able to pull that off. But it's just the kind of nature of the beast. And there was some people yesterday who were like very steamed over somebody talking about the iPhone after the Charlie Kirk shooting had taken place. And I want to take a pretty tough stance on this. I agree with the person. The colored iPhones are the dumbest thing in the world. What? Who cares what color my iPhone is? It's in a case.
I know,
I can't see what color the phone is.
That
okay,
orange is so ugly.
The orange is a little ugly. It's a little ugly.
Too much for me.
It's a little bit ugly. I agree with Sabrina, but it's just like I'm not going to see the color of my phone. Why would I go? Ooh, give me the red one. When
There's
I
no
was
red one.
When I was on the phone ordering, strangely enough, my new iPhone not that long ago.
You did that via phone.
I just called him up because I went into the store and I go, I'm going to get mine today. And I walked into the store. The guy goes, which one do you want? And I go, iPhone 16. He goes, you want the Pro? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, we don't have anything in stock right now. And I go, why'd you ask me all those questions, asshole? Why'd you do the whole
I'm going to call
charade before this that made it like there was something important going on? And the lady on the phone after I called, she goes, do you want the red or the slate gray? And I go, bitch, I don't care. It's a phone in a case. I'm never going to see what color this thing is. I'm never going to see what color. So I do agree with that person on that front. And it's just we should not really put much care in that.
Oh, you both got new phones, so I'll let you know what color I get for the 17.
Where are you at now? You're getting the brand new one. Is that what
I'm
you're
at
doing?
13.
You're on that's about where I was. Yeah.
I'm at 13 right now, and all the signs have pointed to me having to get a new phone months ago, but I am going to push through and get the 17. I'm going to go with the silver deep blue. I can't do the orange. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's better. I'm fine
Unless
with
that's
the new
all
one.
available, then I'll go with the orange.
The cameras are so damn good now. So I talked about how the FBI had released this photo. It's a bit blurry. They said they had crystal clear footage. This is honestly a bit blurry, whatever they've released here. And they're still trying to identify the shooter in the Charlie Kirk situation. Somebody has said that this is the shirt he's wearing. So you can see an American flag on it, but it's kind of hard to make out what's going on.
He's not wearing that shirt.
This is the shirt they're saying. So it's got an eagle in front of an American flag. I think they're right.
Okay, but he's not going to be wearing that shirt.
No. They're identifying what he was wearing in the actual on the day of the shooting itself. And it's an American flag with an eagle over it. And it says, land of the free, home of the brave, which is almost undoubtedly just to mix into the crowd. He's going to like a Charlie Kirk event. So he's going to wear like some patriotic message on his shirt and mix in with everybody. You got the hat, you got the sunglasses. Apparently, he jumped off the roof or somewhere nearby and ran into some of the neighborhoods, and then they just ended up losing track of this guy. They arrested the old man. He wasn't their guy. They arrested a secondary person. That wasn't their guy. They let him go. And now they're like closing in on whoever this person is that they believe is the actual shooter, which is fairly crazy. I'm sure they'll find out who this person is, but it's fairly crazy that you can shoot somebody in front of 3,000 people and then just fade away. Just mix right into things. And it makes you worried. It makes me worried. I said, what if this ends up like the pipe bombs? People forget about that. January 6th, Washington, D.C., somebody left pipe bombs, I believe, at the RNC and the DNC. I think they left it on both sides. And the pipe bombs either were discovered early enough or did not explode. And the person was like this hooded person wearing like a mask and all kinds of stuff. And they traced them back to all sorts of places, but they never found this person. They never found them. So it's not just set in stone that they will find this person. I certainly hope they do. And I hope that they're held accountable for what they've done. But it's not set in stone that they 100% will find this person. I've got more from the press conference. I guess they were talking about what was left behind and some other things. Let's just hear this real quick, and then we'll go on to a couple other things and get geared up for the next episode.
Through all that work last night, we were able to make a few breakthroughs. We were able to track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., this subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood. Our investigators have worked through those neighborhoods, contacting anybody they can with doorbell cameras, witnesses, and have thoroughly worked through those communities, trying to identify any leads. We do have good video footage of this individual. We are not going to release that at this time.
They released the stills
through some technologies and some ways to identify this individual. If we are unsuccessful, we will reach out to you as the media and we will push that publicly to help us identify them. But we're confident in our abilities right now, and we would like to move forward in a manner that keeps everyone safe and moves this process appropriately.
All right, so that's what they said. I've got more about what was left behind at the scene, some other details. We'll hit on that in a bit. Right now, let's find out what's coming up on the next episode.
I feel weird. I got to be honest.
Well,
but we're gonna
here we are.
Do it. What's coming up on the next episode? Happy birthday, Sea Lion.
Thank you.
Never forget 9/11. Not sure who the richest guy in the world is. Just when you think there's no way to cope with a grueling Katy Perry tour, Rebecca Black says, hold my gay sex beer. Plus, this week in full nudes for chemtrails. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast. And across Central Florida today, you'll notice a drier trend. We're going to be expecting more sunshine with temperatures warming to a high of around 88 degrees. So still a little below normal, but we'll take it. About a 30% chance of a few hit and miss showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder along the way. But these are really going to hug most areas closer to the coast. We'll see some drier air filter in, especially as we head into this weekend. That will give way to a much more refreshing feel to the air as we head into Saturday and Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Oh, your rate hikes, they're still going on with those electric rates. They're climbing up. They're not stopping. Every year, Floridians are paying more to keep the lights on. But, you know, there is something you could do. You could take control of your energy and enjoy some freedom from solar. That's right. It's a solar installation with a battery backup. That's the way that you can save money and not just keep, giving your money to the electric company and renting your power, essentially. That's why Solar Installers of Florida, they've been helping families take control. Their solar systems lock in energy savings. They shield homes from unpredictable bills and deliver clean power for decades. When rates go up, solar stays steady. Beat the next rate increase before it hits. Call Solar Installers of Florida today at 407-777-5050. You can tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you, and you'll save even more money. 407-777-5050. Visit Solar Installers of Florida.
Skull Knife Squad, how are you? Just got to make a quick redirect. /roast. Okay. Oh, shoot. Select that. All right. thenewsjunkie.com/roast now correctly redirects to the link to get your tickets. They have decided to make this, just like everything else, a little more difficult for the old Shawnster. But don't worry. All is well.
But you could have a problem if you have a heart issue. 1 in 3 people in this country will die of heart disease. And the crazy thing, in some of those cases, the very first symptom you'll get is sudden death. No warning at all. That's why we tell you.
Okay, folks, take a second if you don't mind, and click like on the stream. That's much appreciated. If you appreciate this live stream every single day, then I would appreciate it if you just took a second out of your day and hit that like button. It's not a lot of work, and it's a little bit that helps. So thank you.
That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to.
There is no like on Twitter.
Text message from iHeartMedia.
Brandon says the Congress UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, I think, is unsettling. Basically the UFO video that was showed in Congress recently is unsettling. What do you think about it, Sean? I have the story. I was going to talk about it yesterday. We didn't get to it. It's an interesting thing. It's definitely a good distraction that we might hit on at some point today. But I find the video to be pretty interesting, and more surprising was the reaction of all the elected officials who saw the very same video. So we might get to that later. Thank you, Delivery Dan.
90% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues.
90 seconds.
So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter.
I just wanted to say, we are in the peak of hurricane season. Hurricane free, baby. Hurricane free so far. Peak of hurricane season. The news story was that, there's some tropical wave out there, blah, blah, blah. Tropical wave, blah, blah. We are in peak hurricane season. And even though we're at the peak, the season's been pretty weak. You know what I mean? Fawn's pose. You know what I mean? Even though we're at the peak, the season's been pretty weak. If you don't like that, you can suck my beak.
Good job now.
Town with the ultra durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. It's also C-Lane's birthday today here on the show. Looking fantastic at 39 years old. Just so close to that 40 mark.
Yeah.
Do you feel it? Do you feel older today, C-Lane?
Not super.
No? What are you eating there? What's going on?
Reese's action.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well,
It's the Oreo
Reese's.
ones.
Oh, it's his birthday. He's got the mashup, the Reese's Oreo mashup. Treat
didn't know
yourself,
they did
man.
that.
They
Good for you.
have two. They have they're side by side on the shelf. It's Reese's with Oreos in them, or Oreos with a Reese's in them.
Oh,
What a time
Christ
to be
again.
alive.
I know.
Holy cow. All right, here we go. Let's get into it.
Thought they would have done that
Let's-
years ago.
Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
The back door, mom. The back door, mom. The back door, mom. The back door, mom. The back door, mom.
All right.
The back door, mom. I've done some things to baloney that the back door, mom. The back door, mom. The back door, mom.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, HELOCs, reverse mortgages, expanding that business, or perhaps starting your very own. Just know that you're going to be working with a guy who knows what he's doing, but he's also making the process easy for you. Go to the website. You'll see. Very easy to navigate through. Chock full of information and direct access to That Mortgage Guy Don himself. Check it out today. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.com.
How are you guys doing?
Fine.
All right.
Happy birthday, Christopher.
Thank you.
And I didn't realize that the birthday remix that I was going to be playing also had our commentary from when I played in 2021.
No.
So it was a weird Inception thing. And while we're here doing throwbacks, 54 years ago, 1971, this group right here,
Jackson 5.
Jackson 5. To be exact, in 1971, on this day, Tito Jackson and the Jackson 5 cartoon show debuted on ABC. It featured the Jacksons and their pets, two rats named what?
Oh, never get this.
Oh, you possibly could. Because it's named, both the rats are named after one person.
Michael and Jackson.
No, he wouldn't have
Joe.
He wouldn't have seen the rats.
Stevie and Wonder.
No. Oh, you're so close, though.
Oh.
You're a little earlier.
Fine.
Can't see it.
Another blind person?
That is correct. There's a lot.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. That's right. Two rats named Ray and Charles, and a snake named Rosie the Crusher.
Okay.
So happy
With the
anniversary to Tito and the Jackson 5 cartoon show. And I don't know what is history these days and what is money, because all the craziness. There was rumors that Elon was going to be the richest person, and then maybe he's not the richest person anymore, or is he the richest person? Bloomberg had said that he was briefly overtaken by, of all people, the Oracle co-founder.
Yeah, big money. Mm-hmm.
Oracle, remind me.
Oracle is a very big company like IBM, where they don't necessarily sell stuff to you, but they provide cloud computing services for the big companies. So this is AI computing monies.
Now, this is a throwback, and I hope at least one of you remember. But like when the iPhone apps started to become a little bit more interactive, it was on the show, I remember. It was, I believe, called the Oracle app, and you could blow into it, and you could play a flute.
No, that's the ocarina.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's an instrument that was made popular by the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
And it had nothing to do with Oracle.
No.
All right, cool. Larry Ellison net worth jumped to $89 billion after Oracle reportedly unexpectedly, strongly quarterly results.
Jumped up $89 billion, right?
Sure did. End of the day, though, Elon had reclaimed the top spot with a narrow lead of $1 billion. Damn.
Because he's heading toward $1 trillion these days, that guy.
Currently, according to Forbes, worth $436 billion, at least, on their book.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. Good for him.
A little bit of money. Little bit of money.
This guy also has some news coming out.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen is right. And did you guys catch the Netflix documentary? Yeah. All right.
No.
So we'll talk about it tomorrow. But he has admitted in the memoir.
I mean, you can talk about it now. You don't have to wait for anything.
I'm going to do a couple little teasers for you. A little spoiler alert, I suppose, but he'll dive into it in the documentary. He's certainly dove into it in the memoir, The Book of Sheen. He has shared the following things. He had sex with men.
All right.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay. I thought I was gay.
He said, I flipped the menu over. He adds that it's liberating to finally talk about it.
I think when you're that famous and you're partying and doing drugs and you have sex with that many women, a couple dudes
stuff.
slipping. I think you
sure.
Can't tell.
I don't know if you get bored or
I mean, you say that, but he does have a reason, or at least the point where it all started. And it was not because of the money and power and too many women. It was crack.
Right.
Cocaine. He doesn't exactly regret it. He told Good Morning America, what a fun segment for the morning show, that he was clean. He wouldn't try to analyze it and figure out why or how it happened. And doesn't sweat it anymore. He says, so what? Some of it was weird. A lot of it was effing fun, and life goes on. Charlie Sheen. But it doesn't stop there, my friends. He also has a story that may not appear in the documentary. I guess we'll find out as we all start to watch it. One time went to Scotland and tried to find the Loch Ness Monster.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Man, wouldn't that be a mind-bending headline if we came into work to do the show and it was like, hey, breaking news, Charlie Sheen found the Loch Ness Monster, son of a bitch.
Yeah, but really, Charlie Sheen found like some pretty crazy crack because he banged dudes and he went all the way to Scotland to try to find the Loch Ness Monster. He and 2 friends went out in a lake, an old-style wooden rowboat, took along a traditional lamp, like kerosene.
Old school style.
A big hook, tossed it into the water. Not surprising. Also had a bottle of whiskey. They went out twice. Never spotted Nessie, surprisingly. But they did try to feed her a full leg of lamb.
Oh, okay. Well, it's worth trying.
No word if the
At least he brought a gift for Nessie.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this a shot at me? Is on your birthday? Is this
What do you
no?
mean? Oh.
No self-report. My gosh.
I got something for you.
I just meant it. No,
I left it at my other school.
At long last, I bet if he's trying to find the Loch Ness Monster, at least he brought something for the Loch Ness Monster to eat.
He also brought along Todd Zeal. He was a Major League Baseball player at the time, or retired.
Wasn't that the guy who got arrested for the Charlie Kirk thing?
That's George Zim.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Zim.
But speaking of arrests, the other person alongside it was Brian Peck, who went to prison for molesting Drake Bell when he was a child.
Jesus.
So there's that. I'll leave you with one more Charlie Sheen thing, if you're up for it.
I'm up for it.
He got lipo 25 years ago after a prostitute called him fatso.
Yeah, I heard this part.
He was filming Rated X. Him and Emilio Estevez decided to hire himself a lady or themselves. They had done the deed and they were lying in bed when she slapped his bare stomach and said, "What you say, fatso? Up for round 2?" Happy birthday.
Did he actually do the round 2?
I guess we'll find out.
I would have never remembered the fatso part because I'd be like, she's interested in doing this again. I would have been so flattered by that line that the other one would have.
Did he have to pay for the second time, or is this an hourly rate?
All
what
he
are we
said
doing
is
here?
he wanted to blow his brains out, but he did go for that second round. And then after that, he gained weight by getting sober And the only other thing is that he's been celibate since he got sober 8 years ago, and the only drug he hasn't tried is ketamine.
All right.
So there you have it.
Wow.
What? It's kind of weird to hear that there's something that Charlie Sheen did not try.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes you want to try with him, right?
Little kit.
Mm-hmm.
Little kit.
What do they call it? That they go on the K
K-hole? You go to the
K-hole.
K-hole. Yeah, special K.
K-hole. Yeah.
And it must be a gaping hole for somebody, right? On the boob tube. Happy birthday, Celine.
Thank you.
Sex love to his wife, also known as your mother, both of which we thank, 'cause instead of pulling out or taking you to the sperm bank.
Once again, I can't pull it without our commentary.
Street Lane, yes it is. And now you're 37. Never forget that.
Use this one a couple times.
And we're glad that you're alive.
Wait for
The real brutal part is,
Unlike the thousands of people that died on 9/11/2001.
the real brutal part is when you were 37, she still at least cared enough to put the age update in there. And now you didn't get a 39. You didn't get a new one. Unbelievable.
Check your inbox.
I don't believe this.
Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Happy birthday, C-Lane, and say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. And when we come back, we've got more updates on what's happening, obviously, on the story about the Charlie Kirk stuff and the manhunt and all that. But I do want to grab a little distraction because there is an unbelievable story that is completely going under the radar right now because everybody else is focused on the shooting yesterday. And we'll get into this. Don't miss these details. They're coming up next on the News Junkie.
Week 2 of the NFL season has the Tampa Bay Bucks in Houston to play the Texans on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Monday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Hello! Minor accidents to look out for this afternoon on Innovation Way near the beach line, Epic Boulevard at Kirk.
Epic Boulevard.
The right lane's blocked on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Mission.
By the way,
major roadways.
the New York Times
There's no serious problems really.
has chimed in about the tidbit about the shooter having some kind of inscriptions on something. The New York Times says, according to a preliminary internal report circulated inside the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, federal and local officials recovered ammunition with the rifle that appeared to be engraved with statements expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. But a little asterisk on this piece of information. A senior law enforcement official with direct knowledge of the investigation cautioned the report had not yet been verified by ATF and didn't match some other summaries of the evidence. So this is not 100% confirmed just yet. They said such status reports are not made public because there's often some accurate and inaccurate information. Who knows? Just grain of salt that detail for right now. Just set it to the side, but we'll see. And the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for Charlie Kirk's killer. $100,000. By the way, I did something because I've completely screwed up the rollout of these roast tickets. First, the venue released it, so we have to do this whole code thing, which is incredibly difficult for some people. And second, I posted the dispatch, and then all the other dispatches came in and pushed it down. So now, get your roast tickets while you can. They will probably be gone by the end of the day. Get yours at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Thenewsjunkie.com/roast. I put up a redirect on there. Thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Arnott, I've seen that. I've seen other people talking about it and confirming that there is like some sort of report about this. It's just we move with new information, and at least now know that it seems like that's the case, but also somebody else is throwing a little bit of water on it to say, hey, hold on. Where can I get my roast turkey? Don't worry about it. Dispatch Stan says Orlando International Airport's on a full ground stop because of a radar outage. Yikes. Sean, give me a seat list so I know who I'm sitting with? Maybe. Janine says, I had to call to purchase yesterday. Thank you for going the extra step to do that. I really appreciate that. I promise you, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a really, really good time. It'll be absolutely worth your while. There's going to be extras for people who are out there, some exclusive stuff that you're going to get too, that we'll get into in the next week or so. Now, brief distraction, and then we'll get to some new updates and new information on the Charlie Kirk shooting front. When we come back, I want to talk about something that in all the days that I've been doing this show, and all the days where I wake up and I engross myself in all these stories, I've never seen one quite like this. It's I don't want to blow it now because I don't want you looking it up ahead of time, but it's a pretty phenomenal length that someone went to try to escape their bad decisions. All right? This person made some bad decisions, as we all do, and then they went to some really big lengths to get away from it. Breaking news. Breaking news. Football fans. The Carolina Panthers. Familiar? The Carolina Panthers have fired Charlie Rock, the team's communication department. He's one of the people on the communications department for Carolina Panthers, for an insensitive post regarding the murder of Charlie Kirk. A source familiar with the organization's decision tells reporter Scott Fowler. Carolina Panthers have fired somebody on their communications department for an insensitive post regarding the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is interesting, and I don't mean to pretend that I have any idea of how he would feel about this, but what would your guess be that Charlie Cook would feel about that? I mean, I don't think he would like some of these things. If he hadn't been shot and killed yesterday by some lunatic, I think that he might say, like, no, these are the problems. As repulsive as this person's speech might be, do we really want to do this? One minute, and we're coming back. We got our little sidetrack story, and then we're going to get back to some of the updates here because there's some more interesting stuff rolling in, all right?
It's hurricane season, and if you were stuck without power last year, there has never been a better time to buy solar with a battery backup system. Friends of Real Radio can save even more when scheduling their free consult today.
I want to line up with the Roasters and the Roastmaster General. You will get that. It's going to be fantastic. But yes, you will get that. Here we go.
Solar Source today for your free consultation. Go to solarsource.com/monster.
Company I trust for solar. Federal solar tax credits are ending soon, so don't wait. Contact Solar Source today for your free consultation. Go to solarsource.com/monsters and tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is
going to twist us into a different direction momentarily. Thank you for hanging out with us. Get tickets to the roast while you can. A very exclusive event for those of you who are most dedicated to the show and want to have a fun time. On October 30th, the Halloween roast of Shawn Wson. That's me. And I fixed it. I made it easy. Everything's been so difficult with this. I made it easy. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Follow directions there. You'll be able to snag your tickets whilst you can. All right. Here's one thing I wanted to mention before we go on a bit of a distraction trail. And tell you a story that is getting ignored quite a bit out there. But I saw that the Carolina Panthers have announced that they have fired Charlie Rock, who is somebody on the team's communication department, for an insensitive post regarding the murder of Charlie Kirk. Another Charlie going after the Charlie.
Mainstream firings, right? The MSNBC dude earlier.
Yeah, the dummy on MSNBC who said maybe it was a celebratory fire and then said, like, oh, he had it coming. And then this guy, Charlie Rock, I don't know what this guy posted. Nobody has sent the actual post out, but they said the Carolina Panthers have fired somebody for their reaction to this. If people are firing people because of the reaction, there'll be a lot of firing going around. But I got to tell you, I mean, like, isn't that one of the dumb things? Like, I don't think you win people over this way. I think even Charlie Kirk was against a lot of this stuff.
It's all about freedom of speech.
Yeah. There was one person who was very, very much not for freedom of speech yesterday, but he was. This is what he loved to do. And it's one of the things where I tell people, like, what would you have had him do? So he disagreed with you. He went and debated people. He literally, like, engaged in the argumentative side of things to try to move people over to his side and hear other people out and go back and forth. Like, it's literally the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to talk with people and engage in the battle of ideas, not engage in violence, and actually get out there and put your ideas out in front of people. That's literally what he did. What else are you supposed to do if you're not supposed to do that? Just not have the same ideas? I mean,
a number of ex-users tagged the Panthers on the social media platform with purported screenshots of the post by Charlie Rock, which featured an image of Kirk and the message, "Why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it." A second slide allegedly featured the song "Protect Your Neck" by the Wu-Tang Clan.
All right, so it's probably that, I would guess. I don't know, but I would guess it's that same quote that people are posting over and over again, where he's saying there's some number of deaths each year that
some number of gun deaths.
Yeah, will have to happen because of the Second Amendment rights of Americans.
That went up quick.
Yeah, because people were ready for this. I mean, people have
not ready for it in the sense of stopping it.
Jezebel ran a story, I think, a handful of days ago.
2 days prior. I mean, the the coincidence of it, or that Etsy.
The success, the success of it.
Witch is real.
They had like a witch put a curse on Charlie Kirk a couple of days ago, and then they went back and edited the story and said, like, we, our thoughts to his family and children at this time. We didn't really mean this.
I mean, it's incredibly unfortunate timing for them. But they didn't remove the story. They put the disclaimer there. You don't even support variety. This is not from Jezebel, so this is not they put a disclaimer on the story, but then they still just ran with the rest of the story, which had a paragraph. Now, is it ethical to curse a man I've never met? Probably not. But is it unethical to let him keep talking? Yes. So here we are in the gray area. To which they said, to make it clear, I'm not calling on dark forces to cause him harm. I just want him to wake up every morning with an inexplicable zit.
Right.
Or have his podcast microphone malfunction every time he hits record.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not as if we like just definitely have people out there egging this on and encouraging this, and then
do you really think Jezebel's egging it on by saying they hired
100%? Yes,
hired a witch on Etsy?
100%. They're trying to dehumanize people that they disagree with. They're saying it's not what. Can you read that line for me one more time, Celine? I don't want to drag you into the middle of this, but the line about like it's not that we want to hurt him or something
that he has a zit on his face when he wakes up.
Read the sentence that you read before that.
I want to make it clear I'm not calling. You mean before that part?
The part you're reading right now, I think.
I want to make it clear I'm not calling on dark forces to cause him harm. I just want him to wake up every morning with an inexplicable zit. I want his podcast microphone to malfunction every time he hits record. I want his blue blazers to suddenly all be one size too small. There's just a bunch of like
before this part where they were like, we don't want him to keep speaking. Or
is
whatever
it ethical to curse a man I've never met? Probably not. Is it unethical to let him keep talking? Yes. So here we are in the gray area.
I mean, you can make all like the jokes and stuff that you want to after that, but this is literally a line of thought from people where they're like, to allow this person to have these opinions is dangerous, unethical, and thereby justifies something happening to these people. Yes, 1,000%. You feel free to disagree, but the people at Jezebel are not fans in any way. It's an incredibly fringe site. They're not fans of anybody with a R next to their name.
What is Jezebel like? If you had to describe it in two sentences, like a
right
blog.
there on their headline. They've been a website for quite some time. They're part of the Gawker group, I thought, for a minute.
Well, they were. Yeah, it's Paste owns it now. It's a feminist blog. It's a left-wing feminist blog. And they don't like Charlie Kirk, which is, not super surprising. But there are a lot of people, I think it's important to point out, who have been kind of okay with this stuff. Like we saw it a lot after Luigi Mangione, seen a lot of this stuff where people are in some ways small, in some ways larger, justifying shutting down voices. And that is a horrific idea.
Do you think that the Luigi Mangione story has influenced the reaction to this in as much as like the FBI saying, well, we have this footage, but we're not going to release it unless we feel that we need to?
I don't know. I think the Luigi Mangione, the only like real impact on this is just it shows at the core a small portion of people in the United States of America, say it's at 10% or whatever, a small portion of people are okay with killing people that they think have dangerous ideas. There are people out there like that will celebrate it, that will meme it. Then it becomes like this thing where you have to go, hey, I'll be the person. I'll be, the guy in the meme with my hand up going, hey, I don't think it's okay to murder people that you disagree with. I'm going to go ahead and take that firm opinion, no matter who they are, what it is that they believe in. We'll take your thoughts on this and everything else. Send that over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Let's talk about this story. I told you it wasn't getting a lot of attention. Everything's getting swept under the rug today. But this is about a gentleman who is Jay. I've never seen this. Jey is his name? Jay Gonzalez Diaz. He was booked under the passenger name of Jeremy Diaz, and he was on a Royal Caribbean cruise. All right? Now, Jay Gonzalez, or Jeremy Diaz, whatever you want to call him, this guy jumped off the Royal Caribbean cruise.
I mean, can we make the railings higher at this point?
I want you to try to guess, if you have not seen this story.
Damn it.
Did you? Don't say anything, birthday boy.
I have not.
Do you have any guesses why this gentleman may have jumped off a Royal Caribbean cruise ship?
Why he jumped off?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was apparent. It was very clear. Usually, we don't know.
In this case, we know. In this case, we know. I mean, you got the obvious ones, right? Like drunk,
right?
Like, argument, a fight with somebody. Sure, yeah.
I imagine now it's not the most common.
No.
I'm going to be honest. right off the top of my head. There was a bee?
Mm-hmm. There was not a bee. No. I mean, it's fair. It's fair. I've been very scared by bees and other flying insects.
I never been stung by a bee, so
we don't know if we're allergic. But I don't know if I would jump off a railing of a cruise ship.
I would try not to, but I have done embarrassing things. You know, these sorts of movements when you're scared of something. I might have done it.
What were you saying, Taylor?
Go ahead.
Oh, that just I've never been stung, so I at one point in my life was very scared of being stung by a bee. I thought that for some reason it was like the worst thing ever.
You're never going to recover from it?
Am I going to guess this at all?
No. Jay Diaz, Sabrina, this is the guy. He was on this Royal Caribbean cruise, and he was detained by Customs and Border Protection because he jumped off Royal Caribbean's Rhapsody of the Seas ship. This was as the ship was disembarking, and he leaps off the Rhapsody of the Seas ship from Royal Caribbean into the water. And they're like, why would he do this? Well, I'll tell you why he did this. There was a $17,000 gambling debt that this guy had. And he was trying to get around that. And
by offing himself?
It was like pulling into port. And he jumps into the water so that he doesn't have to check out with everybody else and pay whatever he's got to pay. And Border Protection said they found $14,600 in his backpack.
So only a couple thousand shy of what he owed. He had in cash.
Yeah, but you want to pay that? You want to do that?
Who's out of here?
He owed $16,710 tied to casino and gaming expenses. So, you know, I think sometimes they put you on that card where you could just keep gambling.
Yeah.
He gambled so much that he owed 17 G's.
So you could run a credit on a cruise ship?
I guess that Royal Caribbean.
Yep, they'll let you run it.
But like they let you run it on the boat as opposed to just running it on your card itself. Like that's what
that doesn't make any sense to me.
The last cruise I went on, a hurricane came and knocked off one of the days, so they put a bunch of money on our cruise account, and then whatever you don't spend gets given to you at the end, credited back to your purchase
Same happened
card.
with me.
So we had money to gamble with, or it would just get given back to us. But you're saying that I can run another credit there, and then they'll just charge me later?
They'll open a credit line I think
for $17,000.
But
I don't think
that comes off with something, right? There's something they can chase after.
I don't think that's super uncommon in the casino world to lend people or that give some sort of balance that people can pull from in the casino. I would have imagined that you would have to make good on that before you leave the ship, though. But this guy was like,
your ship account should be attached to a credit card anyway.
Yeah, but they said he owed the ship almost $17,000 from gambling on the Royal Casino cruise ship. Jay Gonzalez Diaz faces up to 5 years in prison, $250,000 in fines for what went down here. And then when the Homeland Security people found him, they said, "What's your name?" And he goes, "If you guys were good at your job, you would know that." And he refused to speak with them.
Well, he had 5 IDs on him, so they might not have known which one was the real one, if any of them. He told officers in Spanish that he jumped off the cruise ship because he didn't want to report the currency that he had, the $14,600 in cash, because he thought he was going to be taxed duties for bringing it in.
Dude.
I mean, even just going on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and if you're like moseying into port, dumping into the water and like hopping over, is still dangerous as hell. That is, like, if you're at sea, you probably will die. But even if you're close, you could still hurt yourself from the fall, or who knows?
So,
there's a lot of stuff that could happen.
He was brought to shore by somebody passing by on a jet ski.
So he was very close.
If he hadn't owed the money, did he break a law by jumping off the boat?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's an actual law about that in particular.
Or at the very least, he's been banned.
Because to avoid customs, maybe he was trying, maybe that was the law that he broke. I wondered. I had a thought while we were watching. I may have even mentioned this on the show when we were watching the Poop Cruise documentary, and how they got really close to another boat, close enough to like snag their cell phone service and call loved ones. And I was like, if you were rich enough to call somebody and say, here's my GPS coordinates. This boat is just dead in the water. It's floating away. And we're covered in poop. Here's all the money. Here's my credit card number. It's got no limit. Come over here and either fly over here and pick me up or come by with a boat and I'll jump into the water and swim to the boat and then you can take me away. Would that be illegal, do you think?
Put it on the Mo list.
He's not a maritime lawyer.
He's not, but he figures them out sometimes. We'll see if he figures this out. Let's work on a couple of dispatches real quick. Here's Jay's World with the dispatch for us.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Elaine.
Beautiful, sir.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Sounds like the J.G. Wentworth guys.
A little bit. Here's Daytona Beach Travis, who has a dispatch for us.
John, I just wanted to comment on your comment about people that are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk and others in the past who do it online. It was spot on, brother. The way you expressed it was so respectful. You got your point across while also showing genuine concern for those people who have gone to that extreme on both sides. It truly shows that you care about the core issues here, brother. That being said, happy birthday, C-Lane. I love your guys' show. I've been listening to you for 3 years now, and I tell everybody about it.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I share the show every day. I like it.
That's very nice of you, Daytona Beach Travis. Appreciate that. Another birthday announcement here. And, I'll send that to C-Lane afterwards. Here's another birthday announcement. Here is Mo Manji, the realtor.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I have to say, I don't care what people say, like about C-Lane, that it's because of him being born, that he's like the spawn of Satan, like because of him, all these different crazy events are happening and people are dying. No, I don't believe that at all. Happy birthday, buddy. I'm just messing with you. Thanks. Bye.
Always getting that. Thank you, Mo. I like it. The text to my personal phone was a lot nicer.
Mo Manji, can't you be just as nice in front of everybody else, huh? It's okay to be sweet to people. It's all right.
He's a good guy.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into more responses, more updates on everything happening out there. And we got jury duty before too long. A bunch more on a busy Thursday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like a live podcast that happens every afternoon on your radio. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a crash reported on Epic Boulevard near Kirkman Road. There's an earlier accident getting cleared up on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Michigan Street there. An accident's reported on Innovation Way near the beach line. You're going to run into some slowdowns at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets the beach line. No serious accidents on the major roadways really affecting your ride. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Do you already have a mortgage quote, and are you wondering if it's any good? Well, stop wondering and work with that mortgage guy, Don. Now, studies have shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get, so don't be a slacker. Get peace of mind by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. He can help. It's so easy to compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to the website, hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, and That Mortgage Guy Don will tell you if it's any good. Simple as that. Get peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hello. Charlie Kirk's casket is going to be loaded on Air Force Two. Okay. hang tight, folks. Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you grab the paper on the printer that I printed out? Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Stand by. Thank you. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, what's going on? Oh, you just got back?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even know. Well, good to have you back.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all? That's where Viome comes.
Okay.
Viome uses advanced gut bio with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you.
Flat says, all I know is growing up around with Walter Cronkite around, he was the most respected news anchor around. Right and left trusted him. Well, nobody back in that time was quite as partisan because there was a limited amount of outlets that were speaking to the American public. Now, there were always like salacious, yellow journalism newspaper outlets. That's always been a thing since the founding of the United States of America, right? But there weren't as many outlets who were willing to engage in the kind of slop content that just radicalizes people on purpose. So the anchors would at least try to kind of maintain some sort of balance. Now, there's a financial benefit to not having that balance. There's a ratings benefit in the ratings game to not having that balance. To simply just targeting the audience and giving them the red meat that they want to see every day. And unfortunately, I think that has been bad for our discourse in general. 3 minutes. I wish we could get rid of social media and the nonsense left and right news channels. Let's go back to when the Wall Street Journal just reported the facts like during Watergate. Stevie says. He's also not bad on the eyes? Are you talking about Walter Cronkite? 2 minutes. David Weir? Oh. Yeah, he's a pretty polished guy. He doesn't strike me as too partisan, honestly. I mean, I think I could probably guess who he votes for, but like, I don't think he's too bad.
I have some great news I want to share with everybody. I finally got a washer and a dryer.
90 seconds. I wish we could get rid of the financial influence of the radical channels. Well, there's a radical idea. David Weir pins back his rain suit. I can't trust him. True. He is a very fashion-focused gentleman, all right? That's what he's into. Okay, we're coming back in 1 minute. Here we go.
Anyone? But COVID-19 can steal a lot more. I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Dan. He's Ty.
Hello.
And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live it.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
It's great to be with you on a Thursday, and you can join us on the show, of course. As said, it's a dispatch. There's lots of them queued up and ready to go, and I'll get some emails here momentarily as well. The FBI has said, I think there's a $100,000 reward for the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk at that event yesterday. And when I hear something like that, I'm
like information.
Yeah, for information
leading to the capture of this person.
Yeah, and when I see something like that,
we're not just going to reward the shooter.
Yeah, no, he's going to jail if you give this information up. But doesn't it seem to you like the FBI wouldn't say that if they really thought they were right around the corner from this guy? You know, I mean, I don't know if I'm reading into that wrong, but when I see the FBI saying we're going to do $100,000 for information leading to the capture of this guy, I think, well, does that mean you're not close to finding the guy? Or
I mean, it comes off that they are not close, but I also know immediately the thousands upon thousands of calls they are getting that lead to absolutely nothing.
I know a friend who has those same glasses. I got a guy who has that same kind of hat that the shooter had on.
Crazy people that will say they did it.
That may have influenced their decision to say, like, hey, we don't want to release this footage. That's kind of why I was curious how much the Mangione story had maybe influenced their approach here, because with the Mangione thing, they're like, we are so close to this guy. We are so close to this guy. We think we know exactly where he is. And then then he shows up in Altoona, and they're like, didn't seem like you really knew exactly where the guy was. It seemed like that was kind of a smoke show. And here, it's kind of not completely the opposite, but they're saying, well, we're not going to show you any footage of him. We got this footage, great footage. We're not going to show you unless we think we need to. And then they release the two screenshots. And now I don't think you're incorrectly reading into it at all. If they're putting out a bounty now, for lack of a better term.
Don't you do that when you're not really hot on the trail of the person who did something? Or is that just like...
I would think so.
It could very well be. I might be wrong about it. It could very well be that this is the process, and once the FBI gets involved and they go, okay, now we release this, and now there has to be a reward, and now here's, maybe that's just like policy or something. But when you come forward and you say, we, the FBI, are now offering a $100,000 reward for information that leads to this person of interest, it makes it sound to me that you're not really hot on the trail of that person. That's what it seems like. I don't know. CNJ says, if the FBI had any idea who the shooter was, they wouldn't release a photo asking for the public's help, especially because they said at that same press conference, like, we have our own software. We're looking into this. Let me roll this back so we can hear what the officials were saying at this press conference earlier. Because they were like, we've got a photo of him. And I don't know if they used the phrase crystal clear. Maybe that's just in my head. But I thought they said something like, it's a really clear photo, some kind of good photo, and or video. And they were going to use their own software. Here they are.
We were able to track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., the subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location, After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood. Our investigators have worked through those neighborhoods, contacting anybody they can with doorbell cameras, witnesses, and have thoroughly worked through those communities, trying to identify any leads. We do have good video footage of this individual.
Good.
We are not going to release that at this time.
Right here.
We're working through some technologies and some ways to identify this individual. If we are unsuccessful, we will reach out to you as the media, and we will push that publicly to help us identify them. But we are confident in our abilities right now, and we would like to move forward in a manner that keeps everyone safe and moves this process appropriately.
All right. Now, I do not know if this is the case, but it sounds to me, if I'm with my experience reading through this, it sounds to me like the feds are using their Palantir software to load up photos and information and run it through all of those huge databases that they have. And then they like try to see if they can get a response back in their software from that huge Thiel company, Peter Thiel, the person, not the color, Palantir, I think is the way you say it. That's the software that intelligence and law enforcement tends to use on this.
PLTR?
It's a PALANTIR, I believe. I think I might have screwed a letter up in there somewhere, but
TIR.
That's the company that generally makes the software that intelligence firms use. And they sounded confident, but then when you come back afterwards and you do release the photograph and you do say $100,000, I'm just wondering if people think that means that maybe they're not as close on the heels of this guy as you would have thought.
Especially when the guy literally said, if we are unsuccessful, we will reach out to you. And now they have reached out.
Feels a little like reachy outy here. The other thing, and I'm not coming down with any firm stance here, but just a little speculation, if you don't mind. Obviously, I've never been to Utah Valley University. Not familiar with the school. Don't know the campus, But one would guess if somebody worked their way through this campus, somebody got into the buildings and the rooms that they got into, my gut would tell me that they were a student at the school. My gut would tell me that this was somebody who knew the layout and could get into these places. Would it be your guess? You guys both went to the local college. Would it be your guess that a university like that you would be able to get on a rooftop without some sort of access that you needed somewhere?
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, but you're also asking two people that went to one of the biggest schools in the U.S., size-wise.
But,
sure.
And I would have to pull back up the graphic. Which news outlet, Sean, had the good graphic that had like the lines drawn and it had satellite footage kind of the school?
You mean of where the shooter was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
To relate to our local school, I'm pretty sure that I have been on the roof of a building there. Just a parking garage would be the perfect example.
Should you be able to do that?
That's what I mean. That's why they have parking garages.
Yeah, okay, the parking garage, yes. But, should you be able to crawl out on a rooftop of the college?
When it comes to anything that draws that big of a crowd, I think that why we don't have things in place that allow people nowhere near those rooftops as well. I mean, you bring Taylor Swift to any stadium, and you bet your ass that every rooftop has a sniper on it to make sure that nothing happens. So why, if you have a crowd that big, that there's not more security is baffling.
I was thinking about this yesterday, and for no reason other than it was the song on the radio. I use Beyonce at the moment. And I said, do you think that when Beyonce is doing a concert somewhere, they literally search everywhere and monitor during the full show to see if they're seeing anybody with a gun anywhere? They're watching all these areas where somebody could maybe target Beyonce while she's on the stage. Or do you think people just don't do that? They just don't take those shots. They don't take those opportunities. They have their security at these venues, but it's just because nobody really tries all that much. because that's where I run into a lot of questions here. I'm like, there's a dude on the rooftop. Literally, if you have a staff of security, that's what I would go, guys, what should we focus on? One thing would be somebody the whole time watching the rooftops around here. Give them some binoculars, let them look around, go from the rooftop to rooftop, looking back and forth. If you see somebody crawl out of the rooftop, shut it down. Shut it down immediately. And I know that's like Monday morning quarterbacking, but it's really not. I mean, it's just like a security measure that I would think would be necessary after we saw somebody try to snipe the president of the United States.
Of course.
In the same exact way, after we saw this kind of tactic used.
All of the mass shootings that we've seen, any sort of giant congregation of people beyond 500, I think even less than that, and there should be security throughout the entire perimeter. Simple as that. Why risk it at this point? Because what you told me, did you not say there's only 6 cops there?
6 police officers for the local cops, and then his security detail, I don't know, but I've heard about 8. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I've heard about eight people.
Which means nothing for someone that was on a roof.
Nobody was on any sort of higher ground apparently watching for this stuff. That's where I think this is a failure. And if we are, and I'm a little black-pilled on this at the moment, excuse me, just from having been online over the past 24 hours, little black-pilled on this. If we do have people who are okay with violence in the name of their radicalized politics, if we do have people who will excuse this because X person is bad, they said bad things, they have bad opinions, me no like bad, so therefore, this is okay. If we have people doing all of that stuff, all it takes is a couple of crazies to try to pop a shot off. And so if they're doing that and you're in charge of security for these people, it's unbelievable to me that that's not like thing number one that you'd be worried about. Okay. That's just, and this is not blaming anybody. The shooter is to blame. The radicalization is to blame. All of these things are to blame. A crumbling of just American society and being able to talk to each other when we disagree. That is a problem. The idea that we ostracize people or get rid of and eradicate our friends for thinking of somebody as a human after an incident like this. All of these things are legitimate problems, but the person who pulled the trigger is ultimately the one responsible. I just think they could have done a bit more there.
And the university says that the shooter fired from the Losee L-O-S-E-E Center.
Okay.
And it seems to be a very decent sized building. Whether or not he got on the roof of it, or
would your gut tell you that he had to use a window to get out there?
I think a window would be a little more concealed. But I have seen pictures very blurry that have like a little show like a dark shadowy figure on a roof that's circled. That seem to think, if that indeed is the person, that it was from the roof, which means you would have to figure out a way to maybe break through a door, or some roofs are easier to get onto than others.
We got to get ready for jury duty here, but it's just one of those things that makes me shake my head a little bit when I go, it's 2025. Think about all the threats of political violence. Think about the things that we've seen. Think about the school shootings, if you just want to look at it from that angle. How is it so easy to just walk through a school with a
think about
rifle?
Vegas.
How is it just so easy to like get into a school and walk around and then go to the place you want to go to and go like?
Well, it's an open carry school too.
Is it? That okay? I didn't even see that, but to me, it's just like, what? Are there open carry
rifle? I don't think.
Are there open carry campuses like that where the students are allowed to carry weapons?
Utah is like one of the only places. We got to go to break, but
okay, all right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about jury duty. We got some different things to distract when we come back. We'll talk about deputies arriving to help some guy and instead shooting him. That'll be something we talk about when we come up. And we got a bunch of emails to get to and a lot more. It's all coming up next in the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
State police say mistaken identity may be to blame for the ambush shooting of Florida State football player Ethan Pritchard. 4 people are in custody now. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin is reportedly recovering from a procedure to fix hardware in his ankle, and he could make his debut in Week 5. And Week 2 of the NFL season will kick off tonight with the Green Bay Packers hosting the Washington Commanders. Both teams coming in at 1-0. I'm Scott Davidson.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
If you want to support an amazing company and a company that's going to help you out in all the right ways in a time that's real tough, which is when your air conditioner is not working, this is the company, Mills Air. Leon Mills started a company that is the business card that you want to not only keep around, but you want to hand to your friends. Because if the same thing happens to them and they freak out and they go, oh no, this is going to be huge expense. Well, don't worry. There's people to help you out. Mills Air has the best techs around, and they can service any kind of AC setup you may have. Maybe you got like a mini split. Maybe you have a large AC setup. Maybe you have a carrier unit. Maybe you don't. But they're there for you, and they're going to help you out and get you back up and running at Mills Air. They are a family-owned and operated company. They are a locally owned and operated company. They employ people just like you and me around here. And that's why you should lean on them. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Having a healthy heart is the foundation to wellness. Your heart powers every moment, so keep your heart strong and get it checked out at Life Imaging FLA. Don't make excuses. Get up and do it. You've heard me talk about this for a long time now. Come on. Go to Life Imaging FLA. It's free. It's a heart scan. All you got to do is pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but it's a $699 value that is definitely worth it. Get that heart scan and also talk about cancer screening. That's super important. That's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund, in order to help people who might have a little, let's say cancer in your family, but you have financial hardship, and we can help you out. So give them a call. It's Life Imaging FLA. Early detection of heart disease and cancer is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Just do that and talk to them about making an appointment at Life Imaging FLA. Tell them Russ Rollins and the Monster sent you.
Selling your home can feel like hosting a never-ending open house for judgy strangers. What if you could skip the stress of the showings? At the Nickley Group, we make cash offers that are fast, fair, and drama-free. No repairs, no cleaning, no pretending your garage is multifunctional. Just real solutions from real pros who also happen to be really fun to work with. The Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Cash offers, zero nonsense, 100% solutions. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home, go to thenickley.com. The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty.
The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. It's the final days of the summer sales event at Greenway Kia. Every new Kia is discounted thousands off MSRP. And when you trade in your vehicle, over 40 Greenway dealerships.
2 minutes. We're coming back on the show. TheNewsJunkie.com/roast. TheNewsJunkie.com/roast. Get your tickets now. Also, open carry campus seems weird to me. Seems weird.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now, anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
Storms coming? Prep with Gorilla Tape. It's tough, weather-resistant, and sticks to rough and uneven surfaces. Patch, hold, seal, and protect. Gorilla Tape holds strong in wind and rain. Gorilla Tape. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Seems very, very strange to me. I'll tell you why in just a moment. You can join us on the show, record a dispatch. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. That's thenewsjunkie.com. When I see a story that says, oh, there's a new Whitney Houston song, I go, wait, what?
Weren't they doing that with Freddie Mercury for a while, too?
They drop these songs.
Prince gets all these vault releases posthumous.
Whitney Houston died 13 years ago. She's been dead for a long time.
Or did she?
All right. And they said there's a new song between Callum Scott, the English singer Callum Scott, and Whitney Houston. Is Callum Scott even old enough that he would have been somebody who Whitney Houston would be singing with?
Have you heard of Callum Scott? Because I have not.
I haven't. No, I haven't heard. But I started.
Callum Scott
was
born
CALUM
in 1988. So yes.
All right, he's pretty young. He was quite young.
He's 36. I mean, 36
now, but he was 23.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
23 when, right. He's very, very
heard of Whitney.
tense about this today. Yeah, he definitely had heard of Whitney Houston. Whitney Spears. That's a different person. Whitney Spears is having her own problems. Whitney Houston.
I think we have the AI tools. We can make Whitney Spears happen.
Challenge accepted.
Imagine the voice on that person. The single is a duet between Scott and Houston, which is a ballad reinterpretation of I Want to Dance with Somebody. Why would I want a ballad version of I Want to Dance with Somebody?
That's
a
want.
banger.
It's
I want
what the estate wants in monetary form.
I want the actual original.
Well, I want to
slow
dance with somebody?
Yeah, that's no good.
Or
That's one of her
maybe
best
let's
songs.
give it a listen.
I'd pop it up for a bit. I'll mute it for the stream, but it's using Houston's original vocal stems. If you don't know what that means when you record the song, each thing is recorded individually. And if you're a DJ or a producer, you often want to get the stems, which will be like the original drums,
individual tracks.
Each drum, the individual tracks that make up the song. Is this it? You have it?
Me?
You look like you had it,
I'm waiting for this stupid ad to be done. So
Typical.
A little bit more money to the Callum and Houston estate.
It's weird that we've never heard of this guy before.
And
okay. What's quite slow.
I'm gonna go ahead and but she is in the background.
Clock strikes upon
it's very dedicated to Whitney in a weird AI way. He is praying right now to a curtain.
We need the original. I Want to Dance with Somebody. That's the banger right there. We don't need it now. We don't need it now.
It's weird because it's really fast for a ballad. Like it's still they still kept it like the same tempo, but they just really stripped off the drums and made it very somber.
Yeah.
But it's still a little up-tempo to be a ballad.
What's crazy is young kids will be like, "This is a brand new song. This is really
that Whitney girl's
going to
go places."
Yeah. There's something to this. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go. Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or go to justcallmo.com. There is a couple of things we need to get into. One is an update from this week in Florida, where C-Lane told you about this story where a man, I think somebody had broken into like his bathroom or something. Do you remember this story, C-Lane, where the guy called 911?
I don't remember what happened inside, but the guy had called 911, and then the police came and shot him.
Yeah, the police showed up, and then one of the officers shot him.
I think they suspended the officer, right?
He was suspended, at least briefly there. Let's see.
Leon West, to an Orange County man, says his call for help ended with an Orange County deputy shooting him. The man talked about what happened with Western News investigative reporter Greg Fox.
The Westwood neighborhood off Silver Star Road in Orange County is known by people we talked with to be quiet and safe.
Looks
not
nice.
crime-free, but non-violent. That changed at this home August 23rd when, just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some would-be home invaders broke in through a bathroom window at the rear of the house.
So I guess these lunatics break into this guy's house. They break into the bathroom, and he notices this is going on, and he's got an AR-15, so he goes, "Not on my watch, buddy." And he grabs his gun.
I talked by phone with the man who rents the home, but did not want to be identified. He said the guys who broke in, I thought there were 3 or 4 of them, but later learned there were 4. I shot at them. I have an AR-15. They ran out the back.
The man in the home says after he fired his rifle, that home invaders went out the backyard, probably over this low fence right here. And then, of course, they're just a few feet from busy Silver Star Road. At that point, they
this guy's doing the work on the streets here.
The home invasion victim called 911 for help, but he says the response by the Orange County Sheriff's Office nearly cost him his life. He said, "I told them on the phone, dispatch, that the home invaders were gone. So I went to the front door when the deputies were there. I opened the door and everything happened so fast. There were about 5 deputies there, and one of them shot me in the thigh."
Okay, so something has gone wrong here, communication-wise. Like, you open the door to your own house and like, bam! Yeah. They just fire on this guy. And I guess they've released the body cam footage, but I don't see it in this story. Let me see if, because it says it's at the end of the story. I'm really worried that there's going to be cursing here, so stay by the dump button.
We just received body camera video
This is quick.
of an accidental shooting.
Suspected.
Sheriff's Office!
Here they are.
You ready?
Oh.
He
said I didn't mean to. The guy, did you hear that?
No.
I'll go back. He goes, they opened the door and he very quickly just fired off a shot. And he said, "I didn't mean to." Listen. You shot me.
Oh, God.
The guy goes, "Oh, man, I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to. Sorry.
Man, when you knock on a door, you can't be surprised when it opens.
Yeah, that's a little weird. That was not good. So they've released the body cam footage on that now. When we come back, we'll get into a bunch of your feedback. You are all loaded up, and you've opinionated today. You're ready to go. So we'll hear from at least some of you. And we'll also get you some updates. TMZ is in some trouble. A lot more on the way. Plus, C-Lane's birthday continues. A lot of birthday messages.
That thing is way louder than I thought.
It's just nice. It's pretty effective, actually. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The right turn lane's blocked on Lee Road westbound near the interstate there. It might be affecting the ramp onto I-4 On I-4, eastbound past Fairbanks Avenue, the right turn lane's blocked. Police activity are on the roadways there. Move over and slow down on I-95, Florida's Turnpike. You won't be expecting much really affecting your ride. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at Discover.
I mean, I can't not end on Whitney Houston now, right? Wanna dance with somebody. Uh-oh, I got some breaking news for you. Momentarily, breaking news.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules. Hi, have my outlet stopped working? I got a new bread maker. Have you tried for capture? My outlet.
Stand by. Okay.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you. We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore. With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Somebody just sent me a threat to UCF campus. There's a mass email going around, I guess, there. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if this is somebody trying to like get somebody else in trouble, but it's a PDF file that's called a manifesto, and it's also got the shooter's alleged attacker's name in it. And it says everything's written in this manifesto. I will say what's going to happen at UCF. Why I'm bothering to write this at all. This person said they just finished watching the Irina Zarutska video and they've had enough. And they promise some sort of racist attack on the Orlando campus. It's not associated with 9/11/2001. I believe this is possibly fake and most probably written by somebody out of the United States, because and I'm just being real here, no U.S. citizen would end an email with, I'm not even going to show you this, 11.09.2001. It says, I'm not making this essay because its attack is not associated with 11.9.2001. If you had 100 Americans write out 9/11 on a piece of paper, there, like one of them would write 11.09.2001, fully written out 2001. That's somebody in another country. That's my guess. I don't know. My gut would tell me that's somebody in another country writing a threat, trying to piggyback on the drama going into the U.S., but we'll still talk about that when we come back. Somebody also said, please don't ignore. Please tell me where the balloon dog came from. You talk about this one? Here? I am not trying to gatekeep you, but I think I may have just found that on Amazon. I'm not positive. I do not remember where I got that, so I apologize. This is going around multiple colleges and universities. Yeah, there may be like some sort of, it could be sophisticated, could be not. Could be just some crazy person around the world who's trying to take the opportunity with this going on in the United States to make things worse. Okay, a couple other things. 2 minutes, we're coming back. Police are currently responding to a reported bomb threat at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in Washington, D.C. And some big news that is developing in the Charlie Kirk shooting and murder, assassination. I'm going to hold that until we come back. This is a big piece of information that I think will set us off on something. But we got to talk about this threat too, because a lot of people have their kids in school and they might be hearing about this. What country, Sean? I have no idea. I just know people in the United States write day 09 or just 9 / month. They write month 9 September / day 11 2001. People from Europe, people from other countries write the inverse. They write the month and then the day. So they would write 9/11 as 11/09. So I don't know what person would be in the United States and would say they were so affected by this that they were going to attack the school. It just doesn't seem right. Something seems wrong. Okay, we're coming back. 45 seconds. Big news coming in right now in the Charlie Kirk story.
Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist.
We'll hand that to you next.
Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need.
Dull Mike, what's happening? Hey, thanks for all the birthday wishes. You guys are the sweetest. The best. Nobody better. So, yeah, weird little Thursday. I'm getting me some hibachi this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I'll figure that out. Gonna have some drinks, though. No birthday secret shows, so it's, I don't know. Kind of world is my oyster. Thanks, All Day Yuckers, Feral Kitten. Thank you, Vendasora Bootsy. All right. Gotta go back to the other job.
On a wide range of pointless topics.
Some big updates in just a moment on the show. Hello, it's the News Junkie. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Two things. One, I've had at least one person email me about threats on college campuses going around right now. And they sent one in particular, but this is reportedly happening at different colleges across the country where somebody sends across a manifesto. And do not show this, Elaine. Anonymous says, my niece goes to UCF. She just received this via mass email. It sounds like the person's trying real hard to sound a certain way. She's at her dorm hunkering down. Not sure if they're in lockdown at the campus right now. And then there's a threat attached. And it's a screenshot that's going around the campus. And it says, there's a manifesto attached to this. I'm going to tell you what's happening at UCF. I'm hearing that these are also being sent to other colleges. So insert, another college where UCF is. Mm-hmm. And it says, I finished watching the full and unedited stabbing video of Irina Zarutska. That's the woman who got stabbed on transit in North Carolina. And it gets into some racist stuff. And it says, I'm going to shoot people on the Orlando campus. Racist stuff. Now, one of the dead giveaways to me that this is somebody not in America trying to inflame tensions is it says, I'm also making this essay known because this attack is not associated with 11/09/2001.
Okay.
Precisely 0 Americans would write it that way.
Right.
11/09/2001 in a threat leads me to believe this is a person from possibly Europe, but from various other places where.
What's the point of that? I mean, I guess to incite fear, but
to do what they're doing. I mean, it's working at least to some extent, right?
I knew people from that little date swap thing where they do it in Europe that were able to benefit from having a birth date that works in such a way that they were able to show their European passport at a bar before they turned 21 by a handful of months.
Nice.
So like say instead of September 11th, it was November 9th was their birthday, but they would go to bars and go like, oh, here, look, it's I'm 21 now, and get some drinks when they shouldn't have.
Tricky, yeah. That to me seems like this is somebody out of the country taking advantage of the chaos in this moment in the United States of America. I'm not saying I wouldn't be worried about it if I was a parent. Of course, I would understand you being worried about that. But I would grain of salt that for just now.
Man, I remember in college, it didn't take much to convince you not to go to class, and now there's even more.
Yeah, it's true. And this is quite the excuse.
Yeah.
This is like, I ain't 100%. Going. And your parents will be like, hell yeah, you're not going. Jeremy says UCF has sent out an email that they do not consider the threat credible and operations are normal. Yes, that's good. I mean, that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, when when I was in like middle school or high school or something, maybe probably around there, and I heard like my uncle was telling stories about him in college. It's like, yeah, we would cut class and go do this, and I was like, you didn't get in trouble for cutting class? He's like, no, they don't. I mean, they don't discipline you for skipping classes when you're paying for them. It's your loss.
Different times.
I was like, oh, that is weird.
Back then, believe it or not, some of the kids wanted to go to school still. See?
Yeah.
That seems foreign to me, but that was the case. A couple of other updates here, and then a bigger piece of potential news on the way. Police have been responding to a reported bomb threat at the Democratic National Committee headquarters, the DNC in Washington, D.C. Now, it could be related to this very same threat, and maybe this is just going around to everywhere. The other piece of information was, per a Democratic National Committee spokesperson, there was, quote, a bomb threat to DNC HQ that was determined to not be credible by the U.S. Capitol Police. Out of an abundance of caution, Capitol Police is conducting an interior sweep of the building. So maybe related to this viral threat, maybe not related, but certainly something that's popping up on the radar out there. Now, here's the big potential piece of news. There was about to be a press conference once again at the very end of our show. This happens all the time. There's about to be a big press conference from the Utah Department of Public Safety. They were going to have a press conference, and they have said that they're going to postpone it, and here's why. We are postponing the press conference, the media event, quote, due to rapid developments in our investigation. So it's hard to know what to believe anymore. We've had a couple of people in custody that turned out to not be related to the Charlie Cook assassination. You've had a couple of missed attempts so far, but not doing the press conference because there's some sort of rapid developments in the investigation after you released a photograph of this person and circulated this around the campus and all of that stuff. And like I said, if it was a student, they probably, even though the person has sunglasses and a hat on and stuff, if it's a student on the campus, somebody's going to pick up on this.
Did you read any more about the guy that they first arrested when they got it wrong?
The original dude, the older guy?
Yeah. George Zinn was his name, Zinn?
All I read was that he was not cooperative, which seems so bizarre in the moment, but he was saying, I have the right to remain silent. He does have the right to remain silent.
It'll make sense why he acted this way. He was known for showing up and occasionally disrupting or being arrested at events ranging from political speeches to the Sundance Film Festival to various protests. He holds the distinction of being the first person thrown out by security at the swanky City Creek Center Mall when it first opened.
Oh, it's a thing.
In Salt Lake City in March 2012. This guy is an agitator.
Yeah, so he was like, you're getting me again? I thought this was America.
I have the right to remain silent. I know. I've been told this multiple times.
Get him a damn belt.
It must have rocked his world then when they were like, we're holding you because you killed Charlie Kirk. And he goes, wait, hold on. What now?
I did see the footage and he's like, shoot me.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Like and nobody understood why he was acting that way, but that does actually bring some interesting info.
He's like the kids from My Cousin videos, like, yeah, we did it. We took some stuff from the store. What are you talking about? They're like, no, you're being held on murder.
Yeah, this is different, Fred. Somebody, I guess, texting in saying that there's bomb dogs and whatnot at the local arena Camping World, Kia and Camping World. I really feel like right now there's a viral threat. There's a viral threat that's been sent to very, very, very many places.
Somebody texted in the show earlier that works security at those venues, said that's pretty common. At least I think that was what he was trying to get across. Not that was something new for today, but that they would have that as a security measure anyway.
Everyone's on high alert today.
Yeah,
it is 9/11 as well.
Yeah. Yes. Right. There's a lot coming together all at once for sure. So
happy birthday, C-Lane.
Thank you.
plus that.
There was a tweet. I was telling Shawn Sabrina yesterday. There was a tweet where Stool Presidente, what's his name, Portnoy, Dave Portnoy was talking about the Charlie Kirk thing, and he said, if this doesn't go down as one of the darkest days in American history, then you're part of the problem. And somebody went, excuse me, sir, tomorrow's 9/11.
Probably could have worded that differently. Probably could have worded that a little differently.
Everybody's kind of Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yeah, I mean, that's the natural human reaction to a certain extent, but due to rapid developments in our investigation, they have put off this media press conference that they were about to do. We'll see what that means. We're just
very curious.
Keeping an eye on things over here.
And if you don't mind, while I'm here reading the texting service, there was a texter that said, happy birthday to C-Lane, but also mentioned, of course, it just refreshed, but that they were doing IVF today. And they've been at this for 10 years. So send them the positive vibes and that they're hoping for a junkie baby. So if there's any, good positive stuff, then it goes to you, future junkie baby. And
good
your
luck
wife's
to you.
uterus.
Good luck to you on your journey there, and I hope you get some good news. Let's see here. We got a couple of emails to get into. People are responding to completely different stuff, and that's fine. Somebody says, Paul, in fact, the tips of the newsjunkie.com, I was delivering beer to Sanford Amtrak station, and I saw those new trains you were talking about. Quick note. We talked about these new trains that cost a couple $2 billion for the overall program to update these Amtrak trains, and then they put them in the out there in use, and the new Amtrak trains that they spent money on are slower than the old Amtrak trains because of some track issues. And they said, I saw those new trains and asked them about them, and they said that the trains are electric, and when the batteries heat up, they slow down. So maybe that's one of the issues.
They're saying they're faster. Like there are some reports, this is probably reporting by Amtrak, saying
what did it say?
These all new trains are faster with a top speed of 160 miles an hour, offering 27% more seats per departure. Great. And feature amenities like roomy seating. How will you have roomy seating with more seats?
They managed to pull both of them off.
I don't know what you're getting rid of here.
No armrests.
Faster Wi-Fi and tilting technology to navigate curves more comfortably. Oh, like tilting the whole train, I think. So,
all right.
It said 10 miles an hour faster than the previous fleet, but
they need some track changes, I guess, to get it up to that speed.
But you also need bare track. You need land to get up to that speed, because when you are in an area where there's multiple stops and you're hitting stations and picking up and dropping off the whole time, then it doesn't matter how fast your train is.
Not if the passengers have a running start.
Roy emails the show. He's talking about dogs. We've had that come up on the show quite a bit. We went through a similar situation over and over again with a neighbor and their dogs. Nobody would do anything, Roy says. On the morning, my uncle's dog was finally attacked. I walked out and told animal control if they didn't take the dogs, I was walking back inside and getting a rifle and killing the dogs myself.
Okay.
Oh.
The sheriff actually said he wouldn't blame me, and if it happened again, he advised me to kill the dog.
What?
He would have. He said he would have to charge me with discharging a firearm in city limits, but no other charges. They finally took the dogs away that day.
Would you request that officer to show up on the scene?
Yeah, get that lower charge, I guess. And Shayna emails, hello, love you guys and the show. I agree that we shouldn't have to wait until a mentally ill person commits an act of violence before we actually do something about it. However, when it comes to the aggressive dog breed issue, you say the opposite, Shawn. You say that instead of banning the dog breeds, we should put more accountability on the owners after a dog violently attacks somebody. Shouldn't we stop the dog attacks from happening in the first place? Instead of waiting for a dog to violently attack somebody and then doing something about it. Banning aggressive dog breeds is the only way to stop these mostly fatal attacks from happening. We blame dog owners, but there will always be bad dog owners and the attacks will continue. I witnessed a 4-year-old girl have her face torn apart by an aggressive breed. Most other countries have strict breed bans. Why can't we? England certainly does. They call it the Bully XL, is what they call the pit bull in England, I believe. I think these two stories are much more different than you're suggesting. It would be more fair not to compare a breed of dog to these like violent homeless people, but to compare one violent dog that's had more incidents prior and has some sort of like, rap sheet in the dog world. I don't think these homeless, mentally ill people who also happen to have violent tendencies are like a breed of person. I think it's just a collection of issues.
I mean, imagine if you flipped the script and said, we're going to blame a breed of person, or in this case, a color. Suddenly it's a lot less fair.
Yeah, not good. And by the way, when I talk about what I think should happen to these homeless people, though you might not think that's the case, I'm talking about it from what I believe is the actual empathetic way. I don't think it's empathetic at all. I don't think it's well-meaning, or while it may be well-meaning in your head, it's not actually in practice to have mentally ill people on the streets who are clearly in need of help, who have violent tendencies, and just going, well, the person has the freedom to do this. I don't think that to me is not the empathetic response. The empathetic response is to force help upon that person. And I know some people disagree with that, but that's what I believe. I believe we should force help on these individuals.
Where do you define help?
What do you mean?
Is it like putting it, like bring asylums back and then they're there forever?
Yes.
Or is it, okay.
Yeah, I believe that we need facilities.
That's a quick answer.
I believe that we need facilities to handle people who are very clearly and apparently, and I do think it's fairly apparent, mentally ill. These are people who are talking to themselves in public. These are people who are not able to function in human society and polite society. These are people who anybody goes, oh man, that person's, they say crazy. They'll throw out whatever. We just can't do anything about that now. And I do think there should be taxpayer funded facilities that house these people, that bring them back to a healthier state and give them an actual shot at living a normal, balanced life.
That makes sense. But throwing them into an asylum and then we don't know what happens is completely different.
Well, who wants that?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you, we're going to ask you a full question.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've never advocated just for like tossing people in a place and not doing anything. I think that we need something that can offer help to people who I think need help. And the people who generally work at these places aren't these like Dr. Kevorkian or, worse types that people often think work. These are people who want to help individuals. So yeah, that's my particular view on the topic. Okay, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, there was something else yesterday that people are demanding get some attention. We will get into that. We have an update on don't dare call him DVD. David, the rap or the singer.
David.
His vehicle had a dead body in it, so he's now doing something related to that. And we have a million different clips to play in a grab bag episode that's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on your ride this afternoon. Lee Road westbound near the interstate at Wymore Road. I-4 eastbound past Fairbanks Avenue. Traffic's backed up from Princeton Street. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Afternoon slowdowns are starting to pile up on I-4. You're going to get caught up in some delays through that amusement park area. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping, starting at Silver Key or Gold Pro status. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms subject to change.
Hey, a big shout out to Space Coast Junkie on the app, who I ran into at Hammer and Nails yesterday. I headed out to the Winter Park location after the show because I was looking to get a little cut and a trim, get my beard shaped up a little bit, and as I was coming in, Space Coast Junkie was coming out, and I think I kind of blew his mind, but he looked great. I am loving the haircut and beard trim that I got from Hammer and Nails, and you will too. I think you should check it out. Guys, it's a place that is built for you. With oversized leather thrones, if you do the nail room, if you go for some manis and petties, you got the pop-on noise-canceling headphones, and the huge chairs, big screen TVs that you can enjoy and sip on your favorite cocktail while their skilled artists deliver amazing experiences. It's a true pampering experience for guys, and they do not cut corners. They redefine the whole experience of grooming. Treat yourself to Hammer and Nails. 4 locations waiting for you right now: Oviedo, Winter Park, Winter Garden, and Windermere, or find them online at hammerandnailsgrooming.com.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey guys, it's Angel from the Monsters. You know I love cooking on my Big Green Egg. And every time I get asked why, I tell you it's because it's an awesome experience, it's impressive, and everything comes out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go visit my friends at Watsy's Meat Market and get yourself a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all...
Hello!
It's Watsy's Meat Market. Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all design? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science to analyze your
1 second.
with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right.
By the way, not for nothing.
Real data from your own body. You know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com.
Oh, UCFPD is aware of a recent email thread. We do not consider this threat to be credible. All campus operations are normal. Yada, yada, yada. So an update from that. Thank you. A lot of people are sitting around this loser who was like with a bullhorn celebrating Charlie Kirk dying. We got him in the neck. We got him in the neck. You know, like, I don't want to give attention to that. It's just desperation for clicks. Absolute loser behavior on display, trying to trigger people, you know. I think we perpetuate that, just in my opinion, I think we perpetuate that by giving it more attention. 3 minutes. Can't wait to go out on I Want to Dance with Somebody. That's a banger. That's a banger. Shawn, what are you doing an after show stream? You know, I've been kind of juggling that a little bit. And I was thinking yesterday, I was like, oh, this Charlie Kirk story's blowing up. But there's people who do that and do a great job at it. It's not really what I want to invest my time on. The after show streams, I want to be more fun, I think. So we'll probably do one before the roast. All right, we'll probably do one before the roast.
Sustainably harvested, these mouth-watering mollusks are available year-round. And with a flick of the wrist, a squeeze of lemon or a splash of hot sauce, they turn any meal into a celebration on the half shell.
I whistle really well. I could do it 3 different ways. LOL. Humble brag. Come on, man. What are you doing? 8 out of 10 Whitney Spears? Ha. My buddy Otto once said you have to be pretty happy to whistle. Let's think about that. I mean, I think you do mostly, right? I think you do. Are there any evil characters in movies who whistle? And part of their thing is like a whistling thing? Because nothing is coming to mind. Whistling isn't really associated with like nefarious characters, so you might be onto something there. Hello, Jack Bradshaw. Love you, appreciate you. Keep doing your Jack Bradshaw stuff. Listen to Jack Bradshaw and the amazing crew, talented broadcasters, and the Jim Colbert Show. So, Sean, have you seen Asman owning the leftist influencers? No, I have not. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure I'll see it at some point in time. I do have a bunch of stuff to get into and, like, not a ton of time to do it, so let's blaze. Here we go.
The new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action.
Oh, shout out to Boss Man Bradshaw. He's a big Skull Mike fan, guys. He may not be chatting with you all the time, but he's watching. He loves it. Hey, buddy.
High diving face first into the world's.
I am skeptical if this is the real Jack Bradshaw. I don't know how we'd prove otherwise. It is. I am here to tell you, it's the guy. That is the guy. I was in his office earlier. He's got it.
No matter where you are, we'd love to hear from you today. And if you missed it earlier, the tickets for the Roast of Shawn Wson are officially on sale. It's a very exclusive event. It's going to be beautiful. The place where we're doing this is like classy and nice, and we got lots of details for you ahead.
Still not sure how we were allowed in. I mean,
yeah, we probably shouldn't be.
That's more of a forgiveness permission thing,
Yeah.
but they're excited.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great place and something new. You know, we have not been at this venue before, and I don't think this venue has had an event quite like what we will bring there October 30th.
It's going to be a beautiful time, a funny time. It is an adult event for Halloween. If you feel as an adult like there's not a lot of things for you to do to get a little date night and go out, now's the time to lock in the day. It's October 30th. It is at Judson's Live, but there is very, very limited seating. Like you might have the rest of today or something, and then there won't be any seats left at this event. So go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com with an IE /roast. Thenewsjunkie.com /roast. Lots of things to get into and not a lot of time. So let's move along in a grab bag segment. There also was, it got swept up in the Charlie Kirk story, a school shooting yesterday. After
what an awful Farrah Fawcetting.
I know, yeah. This was at Evergreen High School, and I'm not going to mention the shooter's name because you just don't really need to do that necessarily. The shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and yeah, I mean, they're not saying exactly what happened here. At the beginning, it sounded like it was sort of a domestic incident. He brought a revolver to the school and some ammunition, and then afterwards, they were kind of cagey about, hey, he was radicalized on something. And I don't know. He obviously wasn't radicalized by recent events because it literally happened like at the same time as the Charlie Kirk shooting. So
So 3 students were shot?
Yeah, 2 teens remain in critical condition right now. He shot 2 schoolmates and then he shot himself. And this was in Jefferson County. And obviously that got completely, as Elaine said, Farrah-Fawcetted by the story that happened right at the same time. But it was interesting to see some of the bigger news outlets were juggling like 2 shooting events at once. Like where do you put what? And that was out there. Also I'm going to give you this moment. Stand by the dump button. I don't know if they curse over. On TMZ, do they curse? I don't know if they curse.
Yeah.
I guess
Unless
allegedly.
that, like voiceover guys in.
The suggestion was that TMZ was cheering in the studio after the Charlie Kirk story went through. I've got the audio and then I've got the response. So I don't know if this is true at all. We'll see. All right, here we go.
O'clock Eastern. Janet, go.
All right, let me pump that up. I'll go back one more time. You can hear people cheering in the background, and this is allegedly when the Charlie Kirk thing is happening, but one more time.
5 o'clock Eastern. Janet, go. Go to.
And you could even hear the producer say, let's chill with that, I think. It sounded like what he said. Let's chill with that. Like, okay, this is an appropriate time to do this. But they addressed this. Let's see what the Harvey Levin and the folks over at TMZ said.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy when something happened in our office. As we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase. And they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination.
I believe
they would not work here if they did.
I believe him. I think it's probably unrelated. It's just happens to be that this is happening in the background. Like you could have pulled from today and been like, it's September 11th after this person was shot and killed, Shawn. And there's a segment where you guys are all just laughing at the top of your lungs. It's like, oh, you mean when we talked about C-Lane's birthday and he opened the present that Sabrina gave him? And you're like, okay, yeah, like, other things are going on too. So maybe it sounds bad, but I believe it. I think it's very likely that this kind of stuff happens in the background all the time. What else do we got here?
I also think that even people who are sort of dancing on this guy's grave today wouldn't react like that. Like that's not.
I think a lot of people were reacting not knowing how badly that he had been murdered at that point. When the first story started to pop out that he had been shot and that faraway thing, they thought, he had survived it, that he was shot at.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people immediately went to, and they're like, haha, this is it. But I think things significantly changed, obviously, upon the news that he was murdered and then seeing the graphic footage of exactly how he was shot.
I think C-Lane was saying like just that sound does not come from, even if somebody like hated him politically, they'll be like, yeah.
I don't think it's like cheers, high pitched cheers and clapping.
It's not the Osama bin Laden parade we saw.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I think most of the people who are like on social media last night and today cheering this on or saying probably saw the news and said, good riddance.
Mm-hmm. Not like a woo.
Yeah,
it sounded like somebody's birthday party celebration or something. Another thing that was a little weird.
It's weird. I think they're watching a car chase. Which part of the car chase are they cheering?
Where they crossed the finish line? I don't know.
Questions.
There's a lot of videos from the scene yesterday where people are saying like, "Oh, look, this guy's cheering as the gunshots were ringing out." And there's like a guy pumping his fist into the air. And many of them were from prior to the shooting.
Yeah, he'd been there for a couple hours, right?
He was there for a little while, and like people, he's not sitting in his chair, and so people are like, "Oh, this is when he's shot." And the one guy's like pumping his fist in the air. The moment the shot rang out, the crowd ducked. Everybody in the crowd reacted and ducked, and then from the crowd ducking from the sound of the shot to the crowd all running.
Oh, yeah.
It was not very
there was
long.
one angle that I saw, and it was like to the right of Charlie, and then it happened, and he's like, "Are you effing kidding me?" Like, it was so. I did not.
Are you celebrating?
No,
there's a thumbs up effect on the screen right now.
No, he was filming. I can't do it.
Mary Catherine Gallagher right here.
Can't figure out where to put your hands.
He was filming using his phone, and then it was just like, I don't know. It was so eerie to me amongst all the other things that were very eerie. But he's like, oh my God, this is actually what I'm witnessing right now. And then he goes along with the crowd that is running for their lives.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I saw people who I thought were being fairly heartless because they disagree with somebody. One of the things that struck me was I said, let's say that you absolutely you're disgusted with this guy and you think he's bad. Maybe you even think his language, his words are dangerous and that like you would rather him not be speaking on college campus. Take it as far as you want to take it. Even if you think that way, to express some of the things that I've seen expressed and posted by people, even people that I have on my Facebook and stuff, not people that I know necessarily, but people that I have on my Facebook feed. When I see that, I go, don't you also take a moment to think about the 3,000 people that just watched this happen? Like, things are not just bad for the immediate people involved in things. Even if you hate the person, you could back into like, yeah, you know what? That's incredibly unfortunate that these people had to be there for this violent incident.
It was horrific.
It was horrific to watch from the
what
internet.
happened to his, what you saw, the way he was shot, how his body went limp. Like, from what I saw, that it was like, I mean, just something people do not see. And that will follow them and haunt them for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
regardless of your political line. Because everyone thinks like it was, I'm sure, majority supporters, but there's a lot of people that were against him and wanted to prove him wrong, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's the point.
That was the whole thing. But still, regardless of what side of the political spectrum you are, that is a horrifying thing that no one should ever have to witness or even go through. And God, those poor little babies that were also, by the way, there.
Yeah,
his wife and children were there on campus.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that even if you wanted to have dislike, distrust, whatever for one individual, even if you are of an opinion that this person is like, I think we're better off without them. This still affects all the other people who are there, and that's why a lot of the posts that I saw were just, it like makes me lose a little faith, but. The other thing I saw was, this is from the side stage. It's so hard to tell what's before, what's after. Some guy went over and started taking the hats off of the table and then like throwing them to people. And
after
like,
the shooting.
Now I don't know what's after before. The cops went over there and they shoved him out of there. I can't tell when this was. I can't tell if this was before or after. There's a small gathering around, but this could be way before.
This feels like way before. The whole place is cleared.
Yeah, well, the whole place is cleared, and there's only like media people over here on the corner. So it's just impossible to tell exactly when it was taken. But these fans jumped over the security gate and were tossing out the MAGA hats or whatever.
I think when you're talking about being there to witness it, I think when you have a crowd of 3,000 plus, there was probably a lot of people who weren't even close enough to see, they probably went home and got on social media and then saw videos.
I mean, the whole crowd started dispersing, did they not?
Right.
They ran, yeah. There's people that just started hauling ass, as you can imagine. All right, the David story, the D4VD guy, he has made a statement. Well, they called it a statement. Didn't seem like a statement to me.
Was it an auto-tune?
The dead body that was found in the back of his car that was in a tow lot. Again, not really a statement to me, but they said he took to the stage and said, there are some things going on in my life, and I have something for you, and then started handing out Labubu's to the audience that was at his show.
It's totally normal behavior for somebody who they just found a dead body in his trunk.
It makes sense.
I do it too. Why not? All right, so there you go.
The Labubus were bought.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but there you are. All right, we're going to come back with the final dispatch of stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
When she says she loves me.
Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
From the Odoo.com.
Be a much drier day. We're only expecting about a 30% chance to have a few hit and miss isolated downpours and maybe a rumble of thunder or two. But really, most of these will stay and hug areas a little closer to the coast. Plan for a high of around 88 degrees, so still staying below normal by a couple of degrees. As we head into this weekend, even drier weather on the way, only about a 20% chance of rain. From the
Jerks. Squeaks, jerks, and rattles. What are the jerks? Folks, it has been an honor doing the show for you today. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for participating in chat. It's now time to rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. We're coming back for the fastest segment you ever seen in your life. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is great. 1 out of 10 is not great.
What will they think of next? Southeast Steel made the whole process ridiculously easy. Whether you need a fridge, a range, or a washer that is basically
9 out of 10 jet fuel melted steel beams. All right. Definitely an 8. Okay. Take an 8. It's good. Better than I'd give myself. It's been hell today. Thanks, Shawn. Not even a number. 0.14. It's harsh. It's harsh, but fair. Take it. 9.5 today says AD. Thank you. 8.5 out of 10. I think you covered this sad story well. Thank you. 3 out of 10 didn't talk about Charlie Kirk enough, says Chaos. It's flushed out. We'll see what's happening tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have some sporadic updates tomorrow, but we'll probably have some different directions to go in. 0 out of 2 Twin Towers. 7 because you didn't cover the UAP story. Shawn, it was a pretty good show today. 9.5 only because you kept us entertained during the commercials. Well, God bless you. Thank you for that. I'm going to go get Today I Learned because I have about 1 minute and 20 seconds to actually read it. You tell me who should be chatter of the day.
Somebody say hit. Whoa, Ray lost. We were just saying if your bet hits. You know I love a good form tackle. We know, Ray. We know. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Blow with us. New players bet $5, get 150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an
Thank you, by the way, to everybody who has got tickets for the roast, even though you had to jump through a whole bunch of hoops. And it's kind of a pain because they released it on a pre-sale. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., they're just going to turn on the actual sale. So that should make it easier for some other people who have had issues. In the meantime, you can go to thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Take advantage of the fact that it was a little more hard to get the tickets, and you have a bit more opportunity. 3 minutes. I want you to know, difficult topic today. Seeing any person just get shot for their beliefs, no matter who they are, is an infuriating, frustrating, maddening, saddening thing. Seeing people react to it in all sorts of different ways, whether it be people on the right who are like, this is war, we've got to shut down the Democratic Party, we can't allow them to exist anymore. Scott Adams, prominent right-leaning creator, saying today, and the reaction from them, or the maybe much larger left-wing reaction where some people were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, or saying that folks who were saying anything nice, that they would go on an unfriending spree. Those kind of things are frustrating, upsetting to see, and a lot of people go through a lot of emotions. But sometimes we can hash it out when we have a little bit longer of a conversation. And at the end of the day, most normal people end up in the same place. We separate the normal people from the very political people. The very political people we might not be able to fix. I hate to tell you that.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the
Insecure Walrus for chatter of the day.
for a will or a trust. Their experienced team.
I'm with you. Insecure Walrus, chatter of the day. I don't know if I saw your messages, but I know you're a good chatter.
TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence. Non-attorney spokesperson.
1 minute. What is normal people? People who don't celebrate the deaths of people who disagree with them on various issues. It's one small categorization you can do. Another is, much like pornography, you know it when you see it. All right, here we go.
More. Sponsored by Pfizer.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents with $1 purchase in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. You're not. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. Only at participating locations.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
All made the cut today. Yeah. Today I learned we'll do that momentarily. Thank you, folks, for hanging out with us since the dawn of time. How much time do I have? Just to check.
And it's over.
Dude, Taylor, right now.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Thank you.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Celine, this goes out to you for your birthday. All right?
Whitney Houston.
Love you, buddy. Happy birthday, Celine.
Thank you.
And Whitney Houston, we're just going to end on it.
Somebody just texted me, see previous texts, because I haven't talked to them in a year.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the